Plastech is a global manufacturing company rooted right here in Erie, Pennsylvania, producing parts that keep the world moving forward by people from right here in our community. A sustainable, innovative, and driven family business, all of our facilities are well equipped with a variety of technology, machinery, knowledge, skill, and talent. Design, build, manufacture. Plastech is proud to call this place home.
What if where you banked made a difference? What if that bank were the only one headquartered right here, and every dollar stayed here to empower businesses to create jobs, empower families to prosper, empower our communities to be better places? Because after all, we're in this together, and where you bank does matter. Be empowered at Marquette Savings Bank.
2025 Halman Chevrolet Silverado 1500 LT 4-wheel drive. Buy for 2.9% APR for 72 months or lease 0 down $489 per month.
You heard right. For 0 down or 2.9% APR, you can take this home.
This week at Halman Chevrolet, take your pick of SUVs. 2025 Trax LS, 2026 Trailblazer LT all-wheel drive, and 2026 Equinox LT all-wheel drive. One low payment, only $299 per month. Hurry to Halman Chevrolet.
At Nova Cabinets, Countertops, and Floors, we specialize in cabinets, countertops, and floors that redefine luxury and durability. Imagine opening your cabinets to find organized bliss with every item in its place. Picture preparing meals on stunning granite or quartz countertops that are as resilient as they are beautiful. And let's not forget the floors. We have an extensive range of flooring options to complement any aesthetic. Visit our showroom or call us today. Nova Cabinets, Countertops, and Floors, your partner in creating the home of your dreams.
Your home is your castle, but is your roof fit for a king? At Leyon Construction, we provide top-tier roofing to shield your home from leaks and the damaging effects of water. With premium materials, expert craftsmanship, and lifetime warranties, we don't just build roofs, we build protection. Get the royal treatment your home deserves. Call today for your free roof inspection. Leyon Construction, the king of quality. Call 450-4601 or visit us online at leyoncep.com.
At Orthopedic Associates of Meadville, our growing team of surgeons utilize cutting-edge, patient-centered procedures and treatments to get you active and healthy again. From high-quality personalized care to state-of-the-art injury treatment and prevention, the choice has been clear for over 50 years. The largest, most skillful team of orthopedic specialists in Crawford County, delivering orthopedic care that you and your family depend on, right here, close to home.
It's now time for the Erie News Now Game of the Week. Let's send it down to the broadcast booth with John Leidick. The Drive to Kickoff is brought to you by Halman Chevrolet.
Welcome to the Drive to Kickoff, brought to you by Halman Chevrolet. And good evening and welcome to Linden Field on the campus of the General McLane School District, as tonight District 10 and the PIAA presents the Fort LeBoeuf Bison and the General McLane Lancers on homecoming weekend here in Edinboro, and a battle of two county rivals. Hello again, everyone. Thanks for joining us here tonight on the Erie News Now Game of the Week as we continue along in the Drive to Kickoff, brought to you by Halman Chevrolet. I'm John Leidick alongside my broadcast partner, Jamie Murphy. Jamie, we come into tonight's contest, two teams that had much different weeks a week ago. For Fort LeBoeuf, as they come here to Linden Field, they were able to move the ball with some consistency, but penalties and an inability to finish is what kind of capped off their 14-6 loss. Meanwhile, boy, this looks like the General McLane offense we saw a year ago after a big win over Corey.
And this General McLane offense has explosiveness, to say the least. And you don't see that a lot at the high school level, but the numbers they put up last week were crazy. Matt Caro with 22 of 27 for 346 and 4 touchdowns, about a perfect quarterback rating if they use the pro method. That doesn't happen a lot in high school. So LeBoeuf's going to have their hands full with General McLane. And as you said, with LeBoeuf, they didn't play poorly. Grove City's very, very good. And LeBeouf's 2 losses this year are to Faro and Grove City, 2 really, really good teams. And they could only muster 6 points. They took 11 penalties for 80 yards. Sadowski ran for a ton of yards. He's going to be a force. So this is a great matchup of 2 teams that, one, General McLean does rely on the pass a lot. However, that doesn't mean they're going to do the same thing tonight. LeBeouf has a good secondary, too. So it's going to be interesting. McLean probably would have the advantage here tonight, but I think it's going to be a great matchup.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting, too. One thing I talked, and we'll hear from Justin Blows coming up in just a couple of minutes, is since Marshall McCormick took over as head coach, they have played with tempo. It's very similar to the way Chip Kelly likes to run his offense when he was at Oregon and that's going to be a big challenge here for Fort LeBoeuf to keep up and get the replacements and substitutions in at a rapid pace here tonight.
Yeah, and each week is a whole new season for every one of these teams. You know, you see McLean lost their opener big to Du Bois. That might have well been 10 years ago. So the last 4 games, they dominated their opponents by an average score of 44-3. So their offense, they put up 70 on Franklin, who's a young team this year. Their common opponent, McLean, puts up 49 on Corey. LeBeouf beats them by 2. So that's a little bit of an easier measurement there. And anything can happen. So that doesn't mean the coach is going to say, Caro, you got to throw every down. They may do something completely different, but they have the talent to do it.
We are just getting started here on the drive to kickoff presented by Halman Chevrolet. Coming up, we'll hear from the Fort LeBoeuf head coach about what his keys for the game are for his team to bounce back and get to 4-2 on the year. Stay with us here on the Erie News Now Game of the Week.
At 10-2 Credit Union, we tend to make becoming a member easy. Walk in, sign up, and start saving. We tend to your needs with lower rates, fewer fees, and personalized service. 10 to joining, 10 to thriving, 10 to enjoying the benefits today. Easy to join, built for you. 10-2 Credit Union.
Friday nights in our community mean one thing: high school football. And just like your hometown team, McMillan's Towing is always ready when you need us most. From breakdowns and accidents to roadside emergencies, McMillan's Towing has you covered 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. McMillan's Towing, proud to support our student athletes and the entire community this season. McMillan's Towing, reliable, professional, always here when you need us. Call 814-897-8989.
We tackle some of Erie's toughest and dirtiest jobs, so you don't have to. We're Haul Pros, Erie's 5-star rated junk removal service. From estate cleanouts to hoarding situations, our team delivers results you can see the same day. Families and business owners trust us because we show up prepared, handle every detail, and leave nothing behind but relief. Call today and mention you saw us on TV for $50 off your next cleanout. Results first, that's our promise.
At the Empty Keg, we believe a good meal feels like home. Family owned and a proud part of Edinboro's history, our doors have always been open to neighbors, friends, and newcomers alike. Our homestyle menu brings people together with hearty daily specials made to be shared. From seasonal beers and monthly tap features to happy hour specials after work, there's always something to raise a glass to. Whether it's a family dinner, a night out with friends, or just a place to unwind, the Empty Keg is where everyone belongs. The Empty Keg, where Edinboro comes together.
At 10-2 Credit Union, we tend to the stress of managing multiple debts with simple debt consolidation. We help you tend to lower payments, fewer worries, and more peace of mind. 10 to your finances, 10 to your life, 10 to debt done right. Debt consolidation made simple. 10-2 Credit Union.
Welcome back to the drive to kickoff presented by Halman Chevrolet as we are here at Linden Field for the rivalry matchup between Fort LeBoeuf and General McLean. Before we get into this one, let's hear from the Fort LeBoeuf head coach Justin Blows on how his team bounces back and the big challenge ahead with the pace of this General McLean offense. We continue on our drive to kickoff here on the Halman Chevrolet pregame show with the head coach of the Fort LeBoeuf Bison, Justin Blows. Justin, obviously a hard-fought game a week ago. What did your group take away from it?
We just found a lot of things that we need to improve upon. We were happy with some of the gameplay we had, but some of our physicality, some of our rules, we broke our own rules, and we just got to make sure that we get back on track this week.
Speaking of this week and the physicality, always a pretty physical game when you're going against General McLean. How much do you look forward to this matchup and just the history between these two schools?
There's just so much history here, and it's always a good game. So they're a well-coached team. Coach McCormick does a great job preparing them each week, and it's just a really good test for us to see where we're at in the mid-season.
Take me through your offense. Obviously, Dominic's back, but you guys always do a great job at running the football. What have you made of what your group has been able to do on the offensive side of the ball for the most part throughout this season?
We're happy with the way we're establishing the run. We still need to control the line of scrimmage a little bit better. We're trying to open it up with the passing game little by little here, and as the kids are catching on and the offense is developing, we're hoping to become a little bit more balanced.
Finally, for me, we know the tempo under Marshall that this offense for General McLane likes to play with. What's the biggest key and things you're stressing to your defense to make sure they're ready to go?
We just got to be able to take away some of the things that they like to do well. We're going to have to keep up with the pace of play. They do play fast and they're very physical. And like I said before, they're well coached. And so we're just going to have to be able to compete, line up our 11 against their 11 and see what happens.
The drive to kickoff continues in just a moment here on the Erie News Now Game of the Week.
At all times.
We are only halfway home here on the drive to kickoff presented by Halman Chevrolet. When we return after this quick commercial break, we'll hear from the head coach of the home and homecoming hosts tonight between Fort LeBoeuf and General McLane. That's the General McLane head coach, Marshall McCormick. Stay tuned here on the Erie News Now Game of the Week. Back in just a moment.
Spring may bloom, but so can your problems. Birds, squirrels, and rodents love broken soffits and loose fascia. Leyon Construction seals your home tight with durable, maintenance-free soffits, fascia, and lifetime gutter protection. No pests, no leaks, no cleaning. Protect your home forever. Call today or visit us at leyoncep.com. Leyon Construction, the king of quality.
2025 Halman Chevrolet Silverado 1500 LT 4-wheel drive. Buy for 2.9% APR for 72 months or lease 0 down $489 per month.
You heard right. For 0 down or 2.9% APR, you can take this home.
This week at Halman Chevrolet, take your pick of SUVs. 2025 Trax LS, 2026 Trailblazer LT all-wheel drive, and 2026 Equinox LT all-wheel drive. One low payment, only $299 per month. Hurry to Halman Chevrolet.
At Nova Cabinets, Countertops, and Floors, we specialize in cabinets, countertops, and floors that redefine luxury and durability. Imagine opening your cabinets to find organized bliss with every item in its place. Picture preparing meals on stunning granite or quartz countertops that are as resilient as they are beautiful. And let's not forget the floors. We have an extensive range of flooring options to complement any aesthetic. Visit our showroom or call us today. Nova Cabinets, Countertops, and Floors, your partner in creating the home of your dreams.
Thinking of selling but feeling stressed and just don't know where to begin? As Erie's senior care expert, I can make selling your home a little less stressful by personally assisting you from beginning to end. I will be there personally every step of the way. Beat your competition and list now while the housing inventory is low and the seller's market is still hot. Call D. Caruana and Associates today and put my one-of-a-kind multimedia marketing plan to work for you. Your home could be the next one on our sold list.
Craving authentic Italian flavors? Step into Valerio's Italian Restaurant and Pizzeria. Our food is made with the freshest ingredients where every bite is an escape to Italy. From fresh and delicious pizzas to calzones, wings, soups, and many other appetizers. Not only can you get our delicious food in our 3 locations, we also offer catering services. From business luncheons to weddings, we have your catering needs covered. So bring the whole family or make it a date night. It'll be an experience you won't forget.
Valerio's, fresh from Italy to you.
We welcome you back in the drive to kickoff as you see the General McLane marching band getting set to welcome the Lancers here. Let's hear from the Lancers head coach, Marshall McCormick, as his group prepares to make it 5 straight victories here tonight. Welcome back in here to the pregame show brought to you by Halman Chevrolet, here with the head coach of the General McLane Lancers, Marshall McCormick. Marshall, what have you made of your team's success to really been able to kind of have balance throughout offensively?
Yeah, I would say the biggest thing is, we've played some tough teams, and Matt Cairo has really stepped in nicely and taken over for us, and his ability to throw and our O-line's ability to run block has allowed us to be able to do both. So, we have so many guys that we're trying to get the ball to, and they're stepping up whenever we call on them. So, it can be a tough offense to stop when you don't know where the ball is going.
I know every coach wants to see those building blocks as week by week goes on. Have you seen that in the progress with your group as you've gone on here now, just past the midway point?
Yeah, absolutely. We came out, we played a tough team against Du Bois, and mistakes we were making then, we're really not seeing now. And I would say the biggest thing is just, football IQ, understanding different situations, especially with Maddie. We had a couple of, issues where he just didn't understand the situation, and that's my fault, and we coached him up. He got better, and the product was last Friday whenever he was able to do what he did.
How much do you look forward to games like this against Fort LeBoeuf, knowing just how tough and gritty, both sides can be, and just the history between both schools?
Yeah, it's really exciting, being able to play a crosstown rival that, some of our kids live in Waterford and have the have it on their address. So for us to be able to play a game with them, Coach Blows does a great job. So we've had some great battles since I've been here, so we're really excited for it.
Awesome. The drive to kickoff continues here on the pregame show brought to you by Halman Chevrolet. And a wonderful job there by the General McLane marching band as they get us set, and the Lancers getting set to come out to the field as they set off the cannons here to mark homecoming weekend as we bring you back into the broadcast booth. John Lanik alongside Jamie Murphy as we finalize the journey and the drive to kickoff here, presented by Halman Chevrolet. All right, a couple of minutes left here, Jamie, before we get underway. Let's start first with the home team tonight in General McLane. Obviously, you mentioned it earlier in the pregame show. The passing game hit pretty prolific a week ago. Who are you watching, and what are the keys for the Lancers tonight?
So I think that's one of the best matchups is the McLane offense against the LeBoeuf defense. That's really where the game's going to be won and lost, because we talked about the stats of Matt Caro completing as a team, even though he's thrown about almost 99% of the passes. They complete 2/3 of their passes. That's insane, a 67% completion rate. However, for LeBoeuf, they've got a pretty good secondary, and they're one of the top teams in the region as far as interceptions, and Dominic Walters has 4 interceptions. And so you would want to think that he's a safety, but maybe not throw to his side if he's on a certain side. But with Jared Corwin and Jackson Kiefer and Kyle McConnell, McLean has many, many offensive weapons. They can throw short to their tight end. They can go downfield. So it's really that key matchup is LeBoeuf with a decent defense being able to somehow counter and not let McLean get into these second and shorts, second and manageables where they can open it up. If McLean does that, they'll dictate the game and they'll pull away from LeBoeuf. But I really see this as being a good matchup. This is a better defense than McLean has seen in recent weeks. I think they're up to the challenge, but I think we're going to see a closer game than, say last week when they beat Corey by 30.
Yeah, the Lancers come onto the field, and the big thing for them the last 2 seasons, obviously a couple of different faces offensively for General McLane has been the balance, and Cohen Beachley has been pretty significant in this group, but they've spread the ball out. That's the thing about this offense. There's so many options in the passing game. All right, let's flip sides here. Fort LeBoeuf, obviously they wanted a different result a week ago. They've kind of had a back-and-forth rivalry with Grove City over a number of years, but they come into this matchup. It's young across the offensive line, but they have some guys that have made plays, and I think the biggest development for this group has been the development of the passing game. They're averaging almost 100 yards, something that if you talk to traditionalists from back in the day, it would have been all ground and pound for LeBoeuf.
Yeah, I mean, back to the Teddy Roosevelt administration, pretty much. They just pretty much run the ball. But Dominic Walters, who is we just talked about him as a safety, as a quarterback, he was 9 of 16. That's solid, especially in a 14-6 loss. And he can set it up with Skylar Sadowski in his running game, with Sadowski putting up 148 yards on 22 carries. That's an excellent yards per carry. So LeBoeuf has a good offense too. So we had said before, McLean more challenged this week for their offense, but also their defense as well. Their defense has held their opponents to average about 3 points over the last 4 games. They're going to see a tougher offense, so I'm hoping we see a much closer game than what McLean has seen. McLean, of course, doesn't want to see that, but I'd like to see that tonight.
This is always a fun one because you think back to the days of both teams having the grass before the turfs and those muddy messes that you would have in late September, early October as we watch the officials' discussions before the coin toss here. Paul Pilotowski, the head official here tonight, going over the rules and things before we get underway here tonight. Beautiful weekend here for homecoming down at Edinburgh, as it appears that the coin toss has gone the way of the Lancers. They have won the toss, and they elect to receive. So they want to get that high-flying offense out on the field and test this LeBoeuf defense. But it is homecoming weekend, Jamie. We've had a fun time of the homecoming tour. Fairview 2 weeks ago. Last week, McDowell, and what will be, was interesting. The opening week, we had a buzzer beater. Then we had the West County rivalry, your first game. That was a pretty exciting one. And then last week, I don't know if anybody would have taken the over-under if we were on that side of things, of 112 points scored. Boy, that was a fun one to watch. Hopefully we're in store for a good one here tonight as well.
Yeah, we're not going to see that, 112
No.
points. I mean, I don't know for sure, but a little bit more sane on the tackling tonight. But, you know, I can see McLane, as we said in the open, does have an advantage tonight. It's certainly I really would be shocked if they ran away with this one. LeBoeuf, if they can control those penalties, and I guarantee it's the first thing and the last thing said in practice this week, is in a one-possession game to take 11 penalties, that could win or lose a game. So, you know, it wasn't an enormous amount of penalty yards with 80 yards, but they really do add up. So, obviously, they're going to concentrate on that. Teams do react to what coaches say regarding that. So we'll see a better performance in that area for LeBoeuf.
That will conclude the drive to kickoff, brought to you by Halman Chevrolet, where rivalries are fierce, but deals are friendly. Thank you to Halman for providing our pregame coverage. All right, we are set to go. Lucas Kantz will set to kick it off. Back to receive, Kyle McConnell and Cohen Beachley are set to be the return man.
Beachley back deep for the Lancers.
We are set to get underway in Week 6, the second half of the season, and here we go. As it's Beachley retreating to his own end zone, and it will be a touchback, so the Lancers offense will get started at its own 20-yard line.
And that's one of the keys as well for the kicking game for at least Jenner McLane with 4 field goals. So they have a solid kicking game. And LeBoeuf, as you saw with Beachley's kick as well, he has 4 field goals in the season, so decent kickers for both teams.
Yeah, you go back in the history of the last decade or so, Fort LeBoeuf has turned down some great kickers as we get things started here. It's going to be Caro out of the shotgun formation. You see that pre-snap movement. That's been a staple of the Marshall McCormick era, and the handoff goes quickly to Beachley. He's going to try the left side, but there it is. The Fort LeBoeuf defensive line coming up big for no gain on the opening play.
And a heavy hit.
Line of scrimmage.
Say Brady Black, Carson Stoltz, Skylar Sadowski all on that defensive line, along with Ethan Horn.
On the stop.
Caden Miner also in on that stop.
1 yard gain, 2nd and 9.
One thing to watch from this General McLane team, their use of the tight end between Caden Holler and Jared Corwin. You see Corwin in motion here into the backfield, as out of the shotgun formation is Caro. Caro will hand it off to Corwin, who goes up the middle, still working around the 25-yard line and still trying to push the pile, the big 6'4" product, moving his way out to the 27, so that'll bring up a 3rd and manageable for the Lancers.
Corwin's a huge part of this offense, as well as being tough to tackle and a larger than average human out there. He also has 24 catches on the season. As you said, they go to their tight ends a lot. And
here's the pace that they try to get to the line quickly. We saw some movement there along the line. We'll see if the Lancers were able to get the Bison to jump here.
Offsides indicated against the Bison.
And that's exactly what it'll be. So the first penalty, and we talked about it in pregame, something that head coach Justin Blow certainly wanted cleaned up from a week ago that kind of cost them and stunted a few of those drives, and they have their first here just over a minute of the ball game. I'm John Laddick alongside Jamie Murphy. Thanks so much for joining us here on the Erie News Now Game of the Week, our 5th broadcast, 6th week of high school football as we push towards the playoffs. Caro out of the shotgun formation, 3 wide receiver set, but the handoff goes up the middle. It's Beachley. He's going to have a big gainer, but a flag flies in the backfield late, so we will see if that stands. It will go for 11 if it does.
And that run will be nullified. Good blocking on the left side, unfortunately too good.
Defensively for the Bison. There is a flag on the play.
Caden Milner with another tackle.
Holding the call against the Lancers.
But the middle of that line, so interesting, a group that passed for, I believe it was near, if not a record a week ago, and Matt Caro, they go to the ground game early against the Fort LeBoeuf defensive front.
First down.
GoErie.com in their article did say it was a school record, so 346. Which is a little surprising. That's a lot of yards, but of all the years of McLane football.
Especially coming off the year they had with the Zeitz brothers a year ago that took them deep into the state playoffs. So we start things off here. Caro on 1st and 20 from the General McLane 22. Motions a man out of the backfield. It's Mitchell in that quick kind of pitch play that we've seen the Kansas City Chiefs start to make. And that was the motion man. And that's a pass to Caden Holler. So just like the Chiefs like to use Travis Kelce in that motion formation, that's where the Lancers go early on 1st and 20.
On the tackle.
And I will continue my rant that shouldn't be a pass, but it is. It's a run. But anyway, doesn't matter. We're not seeing, again, McLane's game plan so far. They haven't aired it
Second
out
down.
yet, but they can, and LeBoeuf knows that. So they know at any point they have the capable of going downfield. That's what makes McLane so dangerous.
So that'll bring up a 2nd and 20. They give him maybe a yard. As another handoff here as this time goes up the middle, working out towards the 29.
That's Mitchell.
That'll be Mitchell on his first carry of the night.
Near the 30-yard line.
They'll give him out to the 30 for a pickup of 8.
B.J. Mitchell just 9 carries on the season. Cohen Beachley takes care of majority of the carries, coming into the game with 50 carries. So Mitchell, a third depth in that running back, still just as good.
So we'll go here. The snap to Caro, setting up a crossing route here is that one. Caught by McConnell. He works towards the sticks and still going
McConnell
past
on the reception of Caro's pass.
He needed 12 and gets
yardage.
it and a little more.
Great play set up by McLane. They have 2 of their wideouts going downfield as blockers, so it's not an illegal man downfield. It's very dangerous to get into that territory, but they provided the opening for that yards after catch.
Mitchell, the ball carrier.
So Mitchell, here we go with the quick
Gain
offense.
over midfield, down near the 47-yard line.
So that'll be a pickup
2nd down and 2.
of about 8. As we go quickly here. Out of the shotgun formation, Caro gonna fake the handoff, kick it outside is Swenson. Swenson goes into Fort LeBoeuf territory and continues to churn the legs. From the 47
the ball carrier.
all the way down to the 38
First
for a pickup
down
of
yardage.
9.
Good job by Cole Gillette to get out in
38-yard
front of the
line.
plays, the center,
1st and 10
and
Lancers.
he swung out to the left to provide a block.
And that one will go to the left side as Mitchell, I believe, that time.
Rowan. Down near the 32-yard line.
Excuse me, I believe that was Holler.
And
Miller
this
defensively
is really
for
where
LeBoeuf.
the defense starts
Ball
to get
spotted
tired.
at
This
the
is right,
33-yard
McLane, a
line.
little bit of a steady, kind of a
2nd and
slower
5.
start to feel out the defense. Now they've got LeBoeuf a little bit tired.
Now Caro going and loading up deep. He goes over the middle. That one batted down there. Great
Caro's
defensive
pass
play by
falls
Fort
incomplete.
LeBoeuf is the first incompletion.
And Hunter
Intended
Huck,
for
great
Saldo.
job. The very tiny window for Caro. There's a low percentage throw, but he was able to drop it right behind the safety, and Huck stayed with his
Huck
man.
on the defensive
Huck
stop
is a
for
freshman.
LeBoeuf.
And he makes a nice play there and slows down this McLane offense.
So
Third
the
down.
reset here. But with 2 guys split out to the near side of 3rd and 5 from the Fort LeBoeuf 33. Caro out of the shotgun formation, surveys the scene, goes quick over the middle, was looking that time for the
Caro's
big man
pass
Jared
intended for
Corwin, but it was
Corwin,
incomplete. That'll bring up a 4th down and
4th
decision
down.
time for Marshall McCormick, and with this high-flying offense, I don't think it's much of one.
And Corwin just kind of picked up that ball at the last second there. The ball was thrown on target, but it was, again, a very tight window. Looked like Bison were settled into a zone defense there. So Corwin, probably should have came down with that, mad at himself. This is a no-doubter going for a 4th and medium to get some of this momentum. But it's kind of like a cautious start for McLane. They're kind of feeling out LeBoeuf to see what they have on defense.
You see teams frequently like this. It's kind of an adjustment back and forth as Caro play action, looking to the right side. He has his man that time, and that's
Caro's pass
going to be
complete.
McConnell complete.
McConnell
33 down to the 21, a pickup of 12.
on the stop.
Good pass and catch, a good pattern,
First down
nice
yardage.
timing. That's very hard to
12
defend on that
yards.
out pattern.
1st and 10
Surprised
Lancers.
LeBoeuf didn't have more coverage to the outside on that.
And here comes the run. Look at that. Beachley that time
Beachley.
as he is into the end zone from 22 yards out.
Lancer touchdown.
Great job by the McLane right side of the offensive line. Mitch Kovis and Brian Benoit
21
providing
yards.
that seal on that side to allow him to go up the right side into the end zone. Cohen Beachley, so it wasn't flashy,
Cohen Beachley.
but
for the
McLane
Lancer
with a
touchdown.
great balance of run and throw, almost perfect balance there to go down the field mechanically, almost perfect.
Officially a 21-yard touchdown run, and it takes 4:30
Sindlinger
off the
went to
opening
attempt the
clock.
extra point.
It's Carter Sindlinger, the kicker here. Also pretty good soccer player for the Lancers. As the snap, hold down, the kick is up. And the kick is good.
Kick
so
is up and good with
early
7:30
7-0 lead on the opening drive
remaining
here
in
for the
the
General
first quarter.
McLane
The score,
Lancers.
General
We'll take our
McLane
first
7,
time out of the opening
Fort
half.
LeBoeuf
Back here in
0.
a moment on the Erie News Now Game of the Week.
Craving something.
At Orthopedic Associates of Meadville, our growing team of
Craving something fresh, delicious, and locally sourced? At Give a Crepe La Creperie, we serve up savory and sweet crepes made with the best ingredients and crafted with care. And yes, we've got 100% gluten-free and vegan options too. Join us at our location in the heart of Little Italy. Whether you're in the mood for a quick bite or a leisurely meal, we've got you covered with cozy indoor seating, alfresco dining, and easy carry-out options. Come experience flavors that are fresh, vibrant, and made with care. It's easy to give a crepe about Erie.
We tackle some of Erie's toughest and dirtiest jobs, so you don't have to. We're Haul Pros, Erie's 5-star rated junk removal service. From estate cleanouts to hoarding situations, our team delivers results you can see the same day. Families and business owners trust us because we show up prepared, handle every detail, and leave nothing behind but relief. Call today and mention you saw us on TV for $50 off your next cleanout. Results first, that's our promise.
Welcome back to the Erie News Now Game of the Week as Fort LeBoeuf will get the first opportunity. It's slipped up there. Xavier blows. He's going to try and cross the 10, trying to weave his way out there, but that stumble going to cost him as he gets just down to about the 13-yard line, and that's where the Bison will take over for the first time on offense.
Hey, lucky his knee didn't hit at the 2. General McLane, maybe it's an omen of a good night. They only had 10 players out there for the extra point.
It'll be 1st and 10.
It still was okay, so going to work on the extra point teams.
I want to correct myself. It was Brennan Burkhardt on the extra point there. I said Sindlinger, but nonetheless, a 7-0 lead for the home Lancers on homecoming weekend. Thanks so much for joining us here on the Erie News Now Game of the Week. As we get started for the Bison, they have him marked down at the 10 is where LeBoeuf will get its opening drive started. And that's where we'll see motion. And a quick handoff. Skylar Sadowski going to try the right side to open things up. He gets out and works towards the 16 for nearly a pickup of 6.
Under the 16-yard line.
And we're going to see Sadowski quite a bit. He's their feature back. Lucas Kiefer with the tackle on that. And Sadowski gets the bulk of the carries. More of a balanced offense, Fort LeBoeuf than General McLane, but not as many yards per game. 90 passing yards and 295 total offense per game, which is about average for most high school teams.
3 wide receivers and a 4 wide receiver set, 3 to the near side. Walters out of the shotgun formation. Play fake as he throws to the outside. That's going to be caught for a first down before being spun down that time. So, and that's the #1 target, Mikey Vamaro, who has emerged in this Bison passing attack.
Vamaro with 10 catches for 202 yards and 3 touchdowns through the season. And that play is not designed to generate a lot of yards unless you miss a tackle, but it's nearly impossible to defend. So you know you're going to get 4 or 5 yards every time as long as the pattern is tight, and that was tight, and it got the job done.
So a fresh set of downs from the 22-yard line as we go here. Play action passes. Walters looking over the middle for Romero again. This one about 2 yards in front. That'll drop incomplete and bring up a 2nd and 10, but looking for the big shot there from the passing game for the Bison to open things up here on the first drive.
Yeah. No safety back. Walters reading that perfectly, the post pattern for Vamaro. And you always want to kind of look for that deep guy, look for the safety. Don't look at the corners because they're always deceiving you, but the safety is going to tell you what kind of defense they're in. And if there's no safety or that safety steps up, you have that post pattern all day. And he had him. He had his man beat. It just didn't work out.
It's almost like the 2 teams swapped jerseys. It was General McLane coming out with the run, the Bison coming out with the aerial attack. Under center this time, Walters hands off as pushing up the middle from the 22 across to about the 26, a 4-yard pickup for Sadowski on his 2nd carry of this opening drive.
So that just trying to grind out yards to set up what you're going to have in 3rd down. This is punting territory, not 4-down territory, so they're going to want to try to design a play. It's a tough play. To pick up a 3rd and 5, but at the same time, the defense is not as predictable too. So it's tough on both sides when 3rd and medium.
Let's see, there's a couple of guys on the defensive side for GM that can get after the quarterback this year. So we'll see what happens and if they bring pressure with Wayne Bradford, the defensive play caller. Under center is Walters as a flag flies, trying to go up the middle that time with Sadowski, but we will await the penalty call before.
Penalty flag on the play.
We see how 3rd down plays out. About a pick up to the 30, so it would have been short by about 2.5 yards. It was an illegal shift on the Bison, so that's going to be a 5-yard penalty.
Motion penalty indicated against LeBoeuf. But the penalty is declined, brings up 4th down.
So that'll bring up about a 4th and a long 2, and the Bison bringing the punting unit on as Lucas Kantz will get set to send it away.
Kantz ranks 5th in the district in punting yards. Unofficial stats, not everyone reports their punting yards, so roughly top 10 punter in the district.
So General McLane with the stop after the opening drive scores this one by Kansas. Skyer calling for the fair catch that time.
Kansas punt.
Right around
Fair
the
catch by McConnell.
35, it's McConnell, and that's where
Near the 37-yard line. It'll be
see where
first
they
and 10
officially mark it.
Lancers from there.
Yeah, about the 37. So that's where the second drive will start. Bison only able to take about 2+ minutes off the clock on that opening drive.
And it looks like he had some room to run, but it's so tough. When you're catching a punt, you're staring straight up. I have no idea how anybody does that. And he didn't really have anyone in front of him, but that's a tough job to see what you have in front of him. That's why they need to communicate with him. The way the punt was, that's a fair catch ball, but surprisingly, LeBoeuf didn't get their coverage down there that quickly.
Caro with a man in motion, Jackson Kaiser, but another flag flies, our fourth of the night, and that's going to be a false start on the Lancers, their second penalty of this
Procedure
first quarter.
penalty indicated against the Lancers.
And I think it was on that left side, someone jumped a little early while the man was in motion. It was kind of hard to see, even on watching the delayed broadcast. I didn't pick it up to see who jumped, but they're down there. They're on the line, and I think it might have been Kyle McConnell who started his route just a little bit early.
So many dynamics when you run an offense like Marshall McCormick has instituted here, and what a tenure it's been. You can see the progress building, and then they get to the playoffs last year in what was a classic at Clearfield. Caro working with 5:15 left in the first quarter, as this time the handoff is going to go up the middle as it's Beachley still working and spun all the way out
Beachley, the ball carrier,
to the 45-yard line. So that'll be a pickup of 13 on the play.
That's a great job. Cole Gillette, the center, and Mitch Coates, the right side, sealing off their man to create that hole.
And here we go again. The quick pass out to Kaiser as he works it out
That's
and across
Kaiser on the
midfield.
reception of Caro's pass.
So
First down,
47
yardage.
down to the
Walters
42-yard line. We're going to have a whistle here.
At the 41-yard line.
And that time it was Ryan Benoit. You again, we've
First
said
and
this
10
before.
Lancers.
You think these offensive linemen or defensive linemen are big and slow and unathletic. It takes a lot of athletic ability to do what they do. Great job to seal that play, that side screen, and create that hole there for the runner to go. And it's going to be a penalty against LeBoeuf.
So the ball was spotted at the 41.
I believe it was a legal substitution. I couldn't quite see.
Yeah, see, this was something that Coach Blow said we were going to have to be on our P's and Q's because of the
5-yard
rapid
markup against the Bison.
pace of which this offense
First
plays.
and 10 from the 36-yard line.
So the Lancers already to the 36, just a couple of plays as Caro. Quick pass again, this time to Corwin as he comes inside.
Corwin on the reception of
He
Caro's
picks up
pass.
about 3 on the pass play.
Kyle McConnell with a key
Getting
block
near
on
the
that one, but a good
32-yard
defensive
line.
play that time. Graydon McDevitt with the
McDevitt.
early stop to prevent that
McDevitt
from
with
going
the stop.
downfield. LeBoeuf's missed a lot of initial stops here, a lot of yards after catch for McLean so
Second
far.
and 6.
Give him 4 on the pass completion. As 2nd and 6 from the 32 of LeBoeuf. Caro out of the shotgun formation. Sidecars Beachley. The play action pass looking short here as this one goes out to
Caro's
Kaiser.
pass
It's going to be about 2
complete.
yards short, so a pickup of 4 again.
And he had
Kaiser
McConnell
on
down
the
the left
reception.
sideline, although he
Getting
probably,
down near the
McConnell had his
33-yard
man
line.
beat.
Checked at the
It was a little
27-yard
more
line.
glaring because it was after the
Third
throw,
down.
but I think he could have beat him long down the left sideline.
4 receivers split out, and we see some pre-snap movement there from Black of
Flag
Fort
on the
LeBoeuf.
play.
That's going to be an
Offside
offsides and a fresh
indicated
set of downs.
Against the Bison.
Yeah, the left side
Penalty
jumping
yardage
again, and
to
we
the
talked about the penalties, and they're about on pace for
23-yard
another
line.
10-penalty game if they keep
First
doing
and
this.
10 Lancers from there.
Can't give away free yards with how prolific this offense has been building over the last couple of weeks. As we mentioned, a 49-18 win over Corey a week ago, and already off to a hot start nearing the red zone here on its second possession, up 7-0 for General McLane. 2 receivers split out in a tight formation. The tight ends motion, and Kaiser comes in tight. Caro out of the shotgun, looking for the deep ball over the middle. He has his guy McConnell, who comes back to
Caro's
catch it and
pass complete.
falls down. They're going to mark him at the 1, so there'll be a pickup of 22, and they'll go quickly.
on the reception.
McConnell
Ball
beat his
spotted
man.
at
The ball was
1-yard line.
underthrown, but it got there. I'm surprised they marked him short. It looked like he had the end
So
zone.
this time it's the Wildcat, and Hollard just going to run in from a
Hollard.
yard out for the second
for the
Lancer
Lancers
touchdown of the
score.
night.
Well, that looked pretty easy. I don't think LeBoeuf was really set, ready to go. And that is when you talk about walking in. The big, tall quarterback walks right in. Caden Haller with the touchdown, playing the Wildcat position, and that's about as easy as it gets. So McLean in total control, and once again, McLean does not have enough players on the field for the extra point.
So they're still trying to work out the special teams unit. This is something that I know Coach McCormick will stress significantly, given how last year the postseason ended in the state playoffs. A kick that came up short and was blocked, and this time that one will go through, as once again it is Brennan Burkhart with the extra point. With 3:09 to play in the first quarter, it's a General McLean Lancers 14, Fort LeBoeuf 0. Back in a moment on the Erie News Now Game of the Week.
At Orthopedic Associates of Meadville, our growing team of surgeons utilize cutting-edge, patient-centered procedures and treatments to get you active and healthy again. From high-quality personalized care to state-of-the-art injury treatment and prevention, the choice has been clear for over 50 years. The largest, most skillful team of orthopedic specialists in Crawford County, delivering orthopedic care that you and your family depend on, right here, close to home.
Looking's not a crime, and what you do online is your business. You've waited long enough to get that hard surface under you, and our select hardwoods and waterproof planks are on sale now. While you have it in your hand, Google Erie Floors for our online credit app and let banks compete for your business. It won't affect your credit score, plus what comes back may make your jaw drop. Erie Floors, our world is under your feet.
Xavier Blows will take it right around his own goal line. This time stops, stutters, still moving outside of the 20. We'll get back to around the 22 as Fort LeBoeuf starts its second possession, looking to get some momentum after they were stopped in short order on the opening drive.
First and 10 LeBoeuf from their own 22-yard line.
So McLean is clearly dominated in this quarter. Plenty of game left. LeBoeuf's got to start answering at some point here. I absolutely hate the phrase panic mode. There's no such thing as panic mode. There's a better phrase for it, but you don't have to get out of your game plan yet. So they need to get something here before it gets to 3 scores.
You got to believe in that game plan that you fostered all week long. It's coming out in a 5 wide receiver set with Blows in motion. Walters, the play action set. He's going to roll to the left side, doesn't see what he likes, so he's just going to tuck it and get out to about the 26 for a pickup of 4.
Yeah, it looked like he wanted to go to his left to Dominic Walford, the wideout, and it just wasn't there. I'm not sure what pattern he was trying to run. It looked like a kind of a safety valve or a flare out to the left, and it was a good decision to not throw that ball.
Jamie, I obviously did not grow up in the area, but I have known Fort LeBoeuf runs the football for a long time, so this has been quite interesting to watch a 5 wide receiver set to open things up here as Walters goes under center here with 2 backs out of the backfield. A quick handoff here, trying to power his way up to the 30. As I believe that was Sadowski that time. Yeah, it is. He'll pick up.
Sadowski, the ball carrier.
He will pick up 4 on the play. That should bring up a 3rd and 2 rather.
And Sadowski is a big, large person to plow through that line, and it's good that they have the running game to set up the pass. Passing hasn't been there yet so far tonight.
On 3rd and 2, under center is Walters. Handoff goes again. He pulls it rather. And he gets to the 31, but great job by the defense to swarm there. And Walter's going to come up about a yard short here on 4th and 1.
Kyle McConnell read that play. The option play as a defense, as long as you're in the right position, you take the ball carrier, take the person that's going to pitch the ball. So McLean was able to get around the blocks and stop that one. So this will be interesting here on a 4th and 1. It looks like they're going to go for it.
Well, and with the pace that General McLean's scoring right now, you almost have to think, if you're Justin Bloesch, you have to just maybe get the confidence and momentum going here as we continue. So 4th and 1 from the 31 for the Bison. Walters under center, just going to hand it off as Sadowski cuts to the right side, tries to spin, and this is going to be awfully close.
Sadowski, the ball carrier.
And that's the game plan. Sadowski's big enough to move the line, and it looks like he just got it. Surprised they didn't measure that.
Yeah, that seemed awfully close there, but
I guess
far side referee saw enough, I guess.
The ball looks like it's short, but maybe the nose of the ball just had to get to the 32, and no one's arguing. So
On the way Sadowski spun, you see the backside, not where the ball is, so maybe that played to the benefit of Fort LeBoeuf, who comes out again in a 5 wide receiver set, and Walters out of the shotgun formation. Walters loading up and going deep down the sideline. Vomero tries to bring that one in, but great coverage from General McLane.
Falls incomplete.
So we had man coverage on the right side, so you want to take a shot down the right side if there's no safety coming over the top, but a good defensive by Gabe Montroy. Montroy's back was to the ball and his hands were on the receiver's face. See at a higher level, they'll throw a flag there, but I think that's a good non-call. He really didn't physically interrupt him, didn't touch him.
And the nice thing, he kind of just, that old defensive back edict, just kind of usher them to the sidelines, and that's where he did to kind of close off that space. So 2nd and 10 for the Bison from, rather from their own 32. Under center is Walters. As a motion blows, the handoff though pulled, and on the option play, Walters gets around the edge. He'll get to about the 33, the 37 for a pickup of 5.
So 2 different. We knew this going in. LeBoeuf's tempo is much slower. Most teams are slower than McLean. So, but this is LeBoeuf's happy with this, getting 3 yards and going slowly. Not happy with a 3rd and 6, but this is what they want to do. They want to try to wear down this defense and slowly move down the field. So the first quarter's a loss for LeBoeuf, but they want to come out strong after the quarter break.
So that'll wrap up the opening quarter of the Erie News Now Game of the Week with the General McLane Lancers in front 14-0. Back in a moment here after a quick commercial break.
When the summer heat hits, your AC shouldn't have to work overtime. Leyon Construction installs high-performance spray foam insulation that locks in your comfort and slashes your cooling costs. Stop sweating high energy bills. Our expert team has you covered. Call now or visit us at leyoncep.com to schedule your free summer insulation estimate. Leyon Construction, the king of quality.
2025 Halman Chevrolet Silverado 1500 LT 4-wheel drive. Buy for 2.9% APR for 72 months or lease 0 down $489 per month.
You heard right. For 0 down or 2.9% APR, you can take this home.
This week at Halman Chevrolet, take your pick of SUVs. 2025 Trax LS, 2026 Trailblazer LT all-wheel drive, and 2026 Equinox LT all-wheel drive. One low payment, only $299 per month. Hurry to Halman Chevrolet.
Welcome back to the Erie News Now Game of the Week. John Leidick alongside Jamie Murphy. Thanks so much for joining us. A 14-0 lead for General McLane as we start the second quarter on 3rd and 5 for the Bison from its own 37-yard line. Walters under center with a pair of backs in the backfield. Fakes the handoff to Sadowski as making one man miss is Blows, but he is blown up in the backfield there, coming with great pursuit.
Great defensive effort. General McLane getting the job done again, and that is a drive killer. That is Nick Swenson with a great pursuit from his linebacker area and shutting down the play. So now LeBoeuf, this is punting territory here again, and this is it's a major setback to not, although I don't know if I see any punters out there. So this will be, this is a risk, and on a 4th and 1 I can get it, but this is a big risk here this far in your own territory.
Justin Blows with 5 wide with Walters out of the shotgun formation trying to get a play from his guys as Vomero comes up with the catch at the 44 for a pickup of 7, needed 5.
What a play. What a play. A quick pass that one of the receivers was almost knocked into that play, which it could be illegal contact. That was Skylar Sadowski actually was downfield and almost got knocked in the way of that pass. And still, the play was caught by Mike Vomero, so that is a clutch play and a gutsy call on a 4th and 6 at their own 40.
Justin Blows showing confidence in his experienced group here as they go out of the shotgun now this time. The handoff will go to Blows as he tries the left side, cuts back inside for maybe a pickup of 2 to the 47.
And that's a tough play for the offensive linemen because they're pushing their people downfield, and Blows moved side to side and didn't really see a hole to cut up into, and that's very difficult to the offensive lineman to know where their guy is. And that's an easier play for the McLean defense to gather around the ball carrier if he goes side to side rather than cutting upfield.
So 2nd and 8 from the LeBoeuf 47, 10-20 and counting here from Linden Field on homecoming weekend for the Lancers. So we have a 3 wide receivers set to the near side. option play as Walters kicks it to the far sideline towards the LeBoeuf sideline. He gets to the 50 and maybe into General McLean territory to the 49. That'll be a pickup of 4 on the play.
And that's just pure athleticism from Dominic Walters. McLean essentially blew that play up to a sense. It looked like a design run, but not where Walters wanted to go, and he himself created that 5-yard run. That should have been a loss on a play. So LeBoeuf inching downfield. They've got to get a score here to get this momentum back.
3rd and 5 from midfield for the Bison, working out of the shotgun formation with 4 receivers, trips to the far side. Walters with a quick pitch this time to Sadowski as he's into General McLean territory, has the first down and a little bit more as he gets down to around the 43 for a pickup of 7.
And Sadowski, a guy like that with momentum, that's a tough player to bring down. And that's exactly what they want to do. So good seal on that side, and again, they move the sticks once again, and now they're going to try to run up tempo.
So 5 wide again for the Bison. 1st and 10 this time, working from the 43. Quick pass out. This one goes to Blos as he avoids a couple of defenders before reaching his way down to the 37.
So that's just an easy, quick 5-yard out, or not out, but a 5-yard stick play. Really tough to defend. Again, just chipping away at this McLean defense.
6 yards, 2nd and 4.
So you've got Walters starting to settle in. Now the first pass that was not intended for Mikey Vomero. Again, they go with 4 wide receivers. Sidecar to the left of Walters. And that's where the ball goes that time. It's Sadowski powering his way to the 35 for a pickup of 2 to bring up a 3rd and manageable.
And
Sadowski probably will get a lot more carries this week. They were losing most of last week. He could get up into the 30 carry territory.
3rd and 1.
Already has 6 for unofficially 24 yards here in this opening half of play. As we tick under 8:30 to go until halftime. This will be a 3rd. They'll make it 1 out of the shotgun with 4 wide receivers, but the handoff spreading them out. Sadowski trying to spin. He's going to come up a tad short. I don't think he did much more to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Good job by that McLean defense.
Keeper
That's Luke Morosky with the initial stop in the backfield. Lucas Kiefer also in on that stop. And so now this is a no doubt 4th down, but I'm a little surprised they go shotgun on a 3rd and 1. Here they're going to go under center to try to get that 2 yards.
So from the 35, 3rd, 4th down attempt of this drive. 2 for 2 so far, the Bison. And this one on the option read is, Walters gets down to about the 33, but he was kind of crawling his way there. Wayne Bradford, the defensive coordinator for the Lancers, not happy about it.
Just barely.
They're going to call it first.
1st down, Bison.
So a fresh set of downs for the Bison, working from the 33-yard line of General McLean. 3 wide receivers set out with 2 backs in the backfield, and the handoff goes up the middle to Sadowski. He works to the 30 and inside from there down to about the 28-yard line for a pickup of 5 on the 1st down run.
This is traditional LeBoeuf football going back decades, just run it straight ahead. I don't know statistically how many plays you can have is the most you could possibly have on a drive. They've used all 4 of their downs almost every 10 yards.
And this time, it's going to be a read option as Walter is going to keep. He's hit hard right around the 27, gets maybe 1 on the run there.
Great defense, Gabe Montroy, another great play. We've said his name for the sophomore a couple of times tonight.
And Gillette credited with the defensive
and Jamie, you talk about Montroy. I mean, he's playing the defensive back position. There's some guys, especially young defensive backs, that's the area that they struggle in, but he's been stout in the run game support.
Yeah, great job there. Great pursuit. Cole Gillette, the defensive nose tackle most of the time, also in on that tackle. So here we are again, 3rd and medium. This is 4 down territory again.
So it's 3rd and 4 from the General McLean 27. Blos, the man in motion. And the handoff goes to Sadowski as he gets to the 25-yard line. Needed to get to the 23, so that'll bring up a 4th and 2.
You had another nice tackle, and one of the things that McLean is doing is they're not missing their tackles. Cohen Beachley had the tackle, hit him hard, wrapped him up. Sadowski's not an easy player to wrap up, but McLean's doing an excellent job of making that initial stop is the tackle. And this, I think, is their 4th down at least of this drive.
Fourth down attempt. So far 3 for 3. as we tick towards the Hall Pros halftime show. Under 6 minutes to go here in the second quarter. And right now they're going to go 4 wide receivers split out. And Justin Blows is going to want to take a timeout to think this over here as another critical 4th down opportunity. As he takes a timeout, we will as well. Back in a moment on the Erie News Now Game of the Week.
At Orthopedic Associates of Meadville, our growing team of surgeons utilize cutting-edge, patient-centered procedures and treatments to get you active and healthy again. From high-quality personalized care to state-of-the-art injury treatment and prevention, the choice has been clear for over 50 years. The largest, most skillful team of orthopedic specialists in Crawford County, delivering orthopedic care that you and your family depend on. Right here, close to home.
At Nova Cabinets, Countertops, and Floors, we specialize in cabinets, countertops, and floors that redefine luxury and durability. Imagine opening your cabinets to find organized bliss with every item in its place. Picture preparing meals on stunning granite or quartz countertops that are as resilient as they are beautiful. And let's not forget the floors. We have an extensive range of flooring options to complement any aesthetic. Visit our showroom or call us today. Nova Cabinets, Countertops, and Floors, your partner in creating the home of your dreams.
Welcome back to the Erie News Now Game of the Week. Fourth 4th down attempt here for the Bison on a 4th and 2 from the General McLane 25. As we go here, Walters just going to follow his blockers, and he's going to get down to about the 22-yard line. He needed 2, gets 3.
They do it again, 4 for 4 on 4th down. Just simple misdirection, and McLane's doing a good job defensively, and these are tough plays to stop in the backfield when you have misdirections and handoffs, and you just want to contain you. You don't want to get to the second level. McLane's doing a good job. If they keep him out of the end zone, that's a huge loss for LeBoeuf.
4 wide out split. The quick pass goes out to Xavier Blows, who makes one defender miss, but good pursuit as that ball to the 22 down to about the 17 for a pickup of 5 on the pass.
That's a good read there by Dominic Walters. He saw that soft coverage on Blows. The defensive back was 10, 15 yards, and he didn't even have to run a route. That's an easy 5-yard gain every time. So I'm a little surprised McLane doesn't tighten that up to man coverage to prevent those quick passes, because Walters is going to need more protection if they can't get that bump off the line, and Walters is going to go through downfield, and the percentage goes way down in completion percentage once that happens.
Blows 3 for 4 on this drive, as it'll be a 2nd and 5 here upcoming. Reset things with 4:30 and counting to go. LeBoeuf working at the 17 of General McLane, looking for its first score of the night. Walters with a sidecar to his right, and Sadowski. He'll take the snap, surveys the scene, rolls right, a quick dump off to Sadowski, who has some room to run. He's inside the 10, bounces off one guy before he steps out right around the 1, so that'll be a 16-yard pass play and set up 1st and goal.
That's another great read by Dominic Walters. I don't know if the play was designed to go to the right, but McLane brought the linebacker blitz from Walters' left side. Sometimes you want to go into the face of the blitz because you know you have better matchups there, but it wasn't there. The play might have been going to the right anyway, but it worked out perfectly for LeBoeuf. They moved away from the blitz, and it was almost into the end zone.
1st and goal from the 1, 4 straight completions for Walters on this drive. As this time the handoff goes to Sadowski, who just walks his way in. A big path, and the Bison are on the board with the opening touchdown of the night. They'll wait the extra point to make this a 1-possession game.
There's not much you can do on defense. McLane did everything they needed to do fundamentally, and LeBoeuf I think it was a 26-play, 900-yard drive. It seemed to take most of the quarter, but that's what LeBoeuf, that is exactly what they want to do. And kudos to them to converting on 4th down, sticking to their game plan, not trying to throw the ball up. Now they're back in the game.
Jamie, as this kick goes by Kantz, and that's through.
Kantz's kick is up.
So it's a 14-7 score. I will tell you just how long that drive was after we take a quick break here. Back in a moment with 4:10 left in the opening half of play.
Beat the heat this summer with eco-friendly cellulose insulation from Leyon Construction. Our cellulose systems keep hot air out and your home cooler naturally. It's energy efficient, safe, and perfect for summer retrofits or upgrades. Don't let the sun drive up your bills. Call Leyon Construction or visit us at leyoncep.com. Leyon Construction, the king of quality.
Craving something fresh, delicious, and locally sourced? At Give a Crepe La Creperie, we serve up savory and sweet crepes made with the best ingredients and crafted with care. And yes, we've got 100% gluten-free and vegan options too. Join us at our location in the heart of Little Italy. Whether you're in the mood for a quick bite or a leisurely meal, we've got you covered with cozy indoor seating, al fresco dining, and easy carry-out options. Come experience flavors that are fresh, vibrant, and made with care. It's easy to give a crepe about Erie.
We are back here on the Erie News Now game of the week. 14-7 the score as the Bison find the end zone for the first time. Lucas Kantz getting set to kick that off. That last LeBoeuf touchdown drive started with 3:01 left in the first quarter. Takes nearly 12 minutes. Just shy of 11 as this kick by Kantz is going to be taken by Beachley right around his own 2-yard line. He works across the 10 to the 15 before he is met with contact and dropped.
On the return.
They'll mark it at the 19-yard line where the Lancers start their third possession of the night.
7th touchdown of the year for Sadowski, who is
credited with the stop. It'll be first and 10
Skylar Sadowski is coming off the field. He made that tackle, and it looked like he took the worst of it. Hopefully it's just his wind. Obviously a major part of the LeBoeuf on both sides of the ball.
The ticket will be drawn.
Yeah, trainer Bob Barton over there. Going to take a look at him.
To purchase a raffle ticket
as we get set. Third drive for the Lancers at its own 19. Gets things started with Kaiser in motion, and they fake the handoff to Kaiser. This time Swenson tries the near sideline, and he gets almost out to the 25 and may have done just so for a pickup of 6 on the play.
Graydon McDevitt, good job, the sophomore, to break up the momentum of that play. He was even held a little bit on that play and still pursued his man to keep that from getting to the first down marker.
2nd and 4 with 3:40 and counting. Tight formation here. Out of the bunch, the handoff, Caro going to go this time. That goes right outside. That gets up to around the 36. Bennett, the ball carrier.
Well-designed play there from McLane. They had more guys in LeBoeuf simply on that one side, and good smart play to go out of bounds.
First and 10 Lancers.
Not the biggest player, but he's very shifty. Moves the sticks.
Pickup of 11 as the play action pass to McConnell gets out to around the 41-yard line for a quick 5-yard pass.
Mike Famaro with a stop. 56 tackles last year, one of the top in the district. A solid linebacker, one of the best defensive players on their team.
2nd down.
McConnell with 5 yards is airing it out wide open. Jared Corwin just too much behind that on Caro.
That's exactly how they design it. The quick out and the safety bit on it. Famaro bit on that fake out, and there was no one back there, and you just got to move on. You got to flush that play and keep it. And now LeBoeuf knows that formation, a lot of times offensive, I don't know if they call them coordinators at this level, the offensive organizers usually don't like to run the same play again. But LeBoeuf's going to be looking for that because of Amaro bit and lost his safety spot.
So 3:09 to play, 3rd and 6 for the Lancers from its own 41. Looking at pass over the middle, nothing doing so. Caro's going to tuck it and try to get away. He gets out to around the 44, but that's going to be a couple of yards shy of the first down marker.
Good job by LeBoeuf there. No one was open. A good decision not to throw. You don't want to try to force the ball at all.
Pickup of 3. So it'll bring up a 4th and 3, but is Marshall McCormick going to call a timeout here to talk things over? He will indeed. We'll take a timeout, our last of the opening half, back here in a moment on the Erie News Now game of the week.
At 102 Credit Union, we tend to your home remodeling dreams with low rates on home improvement loans. We tend to making upgrades easier, so you can tend to the home you've always wanted. Tend to low rates, tend to big changes. Tend to your dream home today. Low rates, big dreams. 102 Credit Union.
At Orthopedic Associates of Meadville, our growing team of surgeons utilize cutting-edge, patient-centered procedures and treatments to get you active and healthy again. From high-quality personalized care to state-of-the-art injury treatment and prevention, the choice has been clear for over 50 years. The largest, most skillful team of orthopedic specialists in Crawford County, delivering orthopedic care that you and your family depend on. Right here, close to home.
At 102 Credit Union, we tend to make becoming a member easy. Walk in, sign up, and start saving. We tend to your needs with lower rates, fewer fees, and personalized service. Tend to joining, tend to thriving, tend to enjoying the benefits today. Easy to join, built for you. 102 Credit Union.
4th and 4 here for General McLane with 2:46 left in the half as Caro takes the pass, looks for Corwin over the middle, has nobody there. He's going to tuck it this time, gets out to the 45 and right to around the 47-yard line. He's going to be close.
To first down yardage.
Needed 4, needed to get to about the 48, and they signaled for the first down marker.
And Sadowski is back out there. He's been out there for just about the whole drive, so good to see that he's okay. Left the field on the kickoff. Again, great job in coverage. The Bison taking away McLane's high-powered offensive game. It can break out at any time, but Caro's made a good decision to not throw the ball the last 2 plays.
So it'll be at the 47. Beachley takes the handoff, working towards midfield. A flag flies from both.
Going to be a face
mask.
mask.
On the play.
Maybe gets a yard or 2 on the run. They're marking him for a yard, but again, we'll await the penalty marker.
Looked like his head turned, so it would be a personal foul most likely. Not automatic personal foul at this level, but it is a personal foul. So that's 15.
Personal foul indicated face mask against the Bison.
4th penalty of the half on the Bison. So that'll march it into Fort LeBoeuf territory all the way down to the 37.
Penalty yardage down to the LeBoeuf 37-yard line.
I want to remind you to stick
First
around
and
for the
10
Hall
Lancers.
Pros halftime show. Erie's trusted junk removal team will have the homecoming festivities likely here from the marching band, and set the stage as well with the out-of-town scoreboard and get you ready for the second half. As Caro play action pass looking deep downfield. He has McConnell in coverage there. McConnell goes up and hauls it in for the touchdown. 37 yards on the 3rd score of the night for the Lancers.
And that was good coverage down there. It wasn't like he was wide open. Another great job by LeBoeuf. And that was Gio Bartone he was all over him. And I thought they might get an interference call, and that was close. But he snuck the ball in there. I'm surprised he caught that. So a great job, and there's the offense. Caro going over 1,300 yards in the season. He's the top passer in District 10 unofficially. Numbers aren't consistently reported, but pretty safe to say he's the top district passer, and he adds to that. And McLane is kind of scuffling along, and they explode.
As the extra point goes through there.
Burkhart's kick is up and good.
As that time,
2
making it
minutes and
21 to 7 is Brendan Burkhart. So we will stay here as we have 2:23 to go. And so far, 3 for 3 on 3 drives here in the first half, and they need under 2 minutes, do the Lancers, to find the end zone once again.
I think we would have been surprised if you would have said with 2 minutes left in the half, McLane only had 3 possessions. But they take advantage of each one of them. And LeBoeuf knows coming in, yes, this is one of the top pass offenses, but I think they've actually done a great job at coverage. There have been very few blown coverages at all. It's not like McLane's going back and finding everybody wide open and just churning through the defense. And even on the touchdown, that was great coverage. It was just a good play.
Yeah, so far the danger man has been McConnell, who unofficially has 5 catches so far in this opening half for 87 yards, and the big one obviously coming there on the 37-yard touchdown catch. So we'll get set to kick things off with Carter Sindlinger with 2:23 to go. The Bison with just 1 timeout. They took the timeout earlier. I was mistaken that it was General McLane on that 4th down try.
Sindlinger set to do the kicking for the Lancers.
As this one going to go to the end zone, Xavier Bloch is going to let it bounce.
Sails
the Bison will take it from their own 20.
And this is an advantage for General McLane. This is not the Bison's offense is not designed to move quickly, but not saying they can't.
Once again, ladies
just
and
not
gentlemen, the last call
their
for the
strength, but we'll see what they can do here.
scholarship
They've had a lot of
ranking.
well-designed plays. They have 2 minutes, 2 timeouts. We'll see what they can do.
I want to take a moment to thank the General McLane School District for allowing us to be here tonight and broadcast on their homecoming weekend of this big rivalry matchup. A big thank you to Jamie Soboleski, the athletics department of the administration here at the General McLane School District, for bringing you coverage of this game here tonight between the Bison and Lancers. So Fort LeBoeuf, they need to go 80 yards in 2:23. They have 1 timeout left and trailing by 14. Blows, the man in motion here as Walters takes the snap. The quick pass out goes to Blows. He's trying to avoid the opening tackler, gets past initially and spun down out for about 4 yards on the pass play.
And they kept him inbounds. Good job on the tackle on the outside. You're going to see McLane, typically defenses do the cover 2. Their safeties are pointed to the sidelines to try to keep them inbounds. So the middle's going to be there for LeBoeuf, but it's going to be a difficult chore to go another 75. But take the middle, take what you have.
So under 2 minutes to go as Walters as 4 receivers split out. Takes the shotgun snap, fakes the handoff, is going to read option. Gets all the way to the sideline, out at the 31 for a pickup of 7, and stops the clock, more importantly.
And that's a designed run and smart run. Walters quick enough to get to that sideline.
Near the 30-yard line.
Now they get a new,
First
again,
and 10 Bison from there.
Bison gain exactly 10 yards every time. They go right to the sticks every time, but it works for them. They just don't have the time on their side this time.
1:42 to go. The ball on the 30-yard line as they get 10 on that. They get the 10 they need for the fresh set of downs. 1 timeout again to go. As they'll go with more of a tight formation. Trips to the near side. Walters, just a quick pitch play to Sadowski, who gets through 1, still working, across the 40 and out to about the 43-yard line for a pickup of 13.
Great job by Sadowski there. That play was read well by the McLane defense, but he used his athleticism. He is very quick too. He's big, he's quick, and he created that play to make it happen.
Jamie, we talked about the hard yards they were getting early. Sadowski so far unofficially still averaging about 4.5 per run in this opening half of play. Just had his 10th run at 45 yards tonight. Trips to the near side, but again the quick pitch play to Sadowski. He's going to stay in the field of play, gets across the 50 and down to about the 44. So he gets 11 on the play.
It's got to be frustrating for McLane. They've got to get Sadowski stopped in the backfield. They know what LeBoeuf's going to do, and they still can't stop him. And now LeBoeuf just under 1 with 2 minutes to go. You don't have to rush, but then after this play, then it's more of an urgency. So LeBoeuf doing a great job so far.
Bison still have the 1 timeout in the pocket of Justin Blows. He's going to go with the 4 wide receiver set, sidecar to the right of Walters. Walters steps back, quick 3-step drop, and then tries to hit Sadowski in the flats, but quick defensive coverage, and Gabe Montroy coming up to make the tackle once again.
Montroy, another good play. We said his name a lot, and it was better that he didn't catch the ball because that would have been a timeout with 40 seconds left and no gain. So not the worst thing that could happen.
So 2nd and 10. Fort LeBoeuf working from the General McLane 46. Another thing to keep in mind, as we mentioned, Fort LeBoeuf has had a good recent history of kickers, so we'll see what the range would be for Lucas Kantz to try and get some points on the board heading into halftime. And remember, General McLane won the coin toss is what I'm trying to say here, and took the ball to start. So LeBoeuf will get the second half kickoff here as they go 5 wide, empty backfield for Walters. 3-step drop, feels the pressure, going to heave it upfield. We see a flag fly as this one complete all the way down to the 33 to Vomero, but we'll await the penalty marker as it was near the backfield.
Carson Stoltz looked like he took down his man.
Indication against LeBoeuf.
And the referee was right in front of him, and well, that's a killer because that obviously nullifies the big gain, and now you're on the wrong side of the 50 with 30 seconds left.
Wipes out a 13-yard completion for Walters. And walking back all the way to the Fort LeBoeuf 39, so a 15-yard penalty there. They're up to their 5th for 45, and again, that was something Justin Blows said. We had to have a cleaner game, and so far it's been some crucial penalties here that have stunted drives once again, like Grove City a week ago.
So you think that with 2 timeouts, you can still take some risks here, but you've got to have a chunk gain here on this first down and call a timeout. If you don't, not sure what you can do from your own 40.
5 wide as we get set here from the 39 to LeBoeuf. Walters feels the pressure, is going to have to roll to his right, still keeping his eyes downfield, and can just go out of bounds for a yard. So that'll bring up a 3rd and long 24.
Yeah, now we go in the your 3rd and 24 play, which there aren't too many of them. So you might want to run a screen pass, try to get some blocks and see if something happens downfield. But right now you're really limited, and you don't want to get too crazy because McLane would have enough time to get maybe a field goal if you turn the ball over.
Yeah, McLane also has its 3 timeouts, so something to consider here.
3rd and 24.
Try and just keep it in the field of play, and if McLane wants to do something, they'd have to burn a timeout. So Walters, though, going 5 wide. Pressure again, this time from Corwin, and Walters just has to throw it away. So that stops the clock with 22 seconds to go.
4th down.
So that was a good job of pressuring that Jared Corwin kind of blew up that play. It looks like, it's tough. It's easy for me to say to stay in that pocket and not run out of the pocket, to step up and make a play. Now, again, these are giant people chasing him, so I wouldn't last 2 seconds. So what I'm saying is that if you're able to just stay in that pocket a little longer and get something over the middle, that could probably work. But Corwin did a great play to blow up that play.
Lucas Kantz will come on to send this one away. McConnell will go back around his own 20, set to receive. As this one booted away by Kantz, it's a good one. McConnell going to call for the fair catch right around his own 22-23 yard line with 16 seconds to go before the half.
Catch. Solid 48-yard punt there. That was a great punt. I'd assume this is a knee, and this is a solid first half by McLane. Not flashy. They changed their game plan a little bit. They don't throw, but they just a perfect balance from McLane. Very efficient tonight so far.
Remember, the Hall Pros halftime show coming up. Erie's trusted junk removal team. We'll take a look at the out-of-town scoreboard. We will set the stage for the second half and also hope to bring you the homecoming festivities here from Linden Field. Caro will work out of the shotgun formation with a sidecar to his left. Quick dump off to Corwin, who has some space to work out across the 35 and spun down around the 40. Get to the 39 and a quick timeout for Marshall McCormick. So an 18-yard pass play.
By McLane.
So that's your test play. You run something safe, a draw, a shovel pass to see where it goes. If it goes nowhere, you're done. You shut it down for the half. But that went 20 yards. So now you have a chance. Typically, it takes about 7 seconds to run a play. So if you can run a quick out, you might be in a position to throw a pass into the end zone.
That one a pickup of 18, Corwin's second catch of the half. It's 22 yards. Again, McConnell's been the big target for Caro. So 2 timeouts remaining, 9 seconds. See if they take another deep shot to McConnell, who has catches tonight of 22, 12, and 37 among his 5 receptions in the opening half.
McConnell, 333 yards and only 13 catches, a remarkable yards per catch so far this year for McConnell, who is 3rd in District 10 in receiving yards, and Corwin is 5th by Max Prep's calculations.
One of those big chunk play receivers that every quarterback loves. So General McLane with 9 seconds to go to the half, 39-yard line of the Lancers. Bison playing some defensive backs pretty well back here as Caro sits back, plenty of time to pass, surveys the scene, has Corwin wide open over the middle of the field, but he's going to go down the sidelines as Kaiser bobbles it, catches it, still working as he goes all the way down to the 20-yard line. So a pickup that time of 41.
And that's a tough play. He thought he could get to the end zone. Your adrenaline's going. There's no way you can know the time on the clock. It's behind you. He did not have the scoreboard in front of him. And so I don't blame him for trying to make the play downfield. That was a slow developing play. And so it just didn't work out there. But, it's not something you would blame him for making a mistake there.
So that will reach halftime here. And with the score, General McLane on homecoming weekend 21, Fort LeBoeuf 7. We'll take our first timeout of the Hall Pros halftime show back here in a moment as we start the halftime festivities.
Your home is your castle, but is your roof fit for a king? At Leyon Construction, we provide top-tier roofing to shield your home from leaks and the damaging effects of water. With premium materials, expert craftsmanship, and lifetime warranties, we don't just build roofs, we build protection. Get the royal treatment your home deserves. Call today for your free roof inspection. Leyon Construction, the king of quality. Call 450-4601 or visit us online at leyoncep.com.
At Nova Cabinets, Countertops, and Floors, we specialize in cabinets, countertops, and floors that redefine luxury and durability. Imagine opening your cabinets to find organized bliss with every item in its place. Picture preparing meals on stunning granite or quartz countertops that are as resilient as they are beautiful. And let's not forget the floors. We have an extensive range of flooring options to complement any aesthetic. Visit our showroom or call us today. Nova Cabinets, Countertops, and Floors, your partner in creating the home of your dreams.
Meet Bree. Bree tracks every dollar she spends, but she doesn't spend a lot of time doing it. Bree uses Marquette's personal financial management tool. It's fast, easy, accurate. Just ask her what she spends on coffee, on streaming services, or doggy daycare. Bree's spending is really looking good, just like her savings account. Be empowered, Marquette Savings Bank.
Craving authentic Italian flavors? Step into Valerio's Italian Restaurant and Pizzeria. Our food is made with the freshest ingredients where every bite is an escape to Italy. From fresh and delicious pizzas to calzones, wings, soups, and many other appetizers. Not only can you get our delicious food in our 3 locations, we also offer catering services. From business luncheons to weddings, we have your catering needs covered. So bring the whole family or make it a date night. It'll be an experience you won't forget.
Valerio's, fresh from Italy to you.
The High School Football Halftime Show is brought to you by Hall Pros, Erie's trusted junk removal team.
We welcome you into the Hall Pros halftime show, Erie's trusted junk removal team. John Laddick alongside Jamie Murphy as you see the Fort LeBoeuf marching band getting halftime started. Jamie, we'll start here. Initial takeaways here and the initial numbers in 82 yards rushing for General McLane, 175 through the air. Meanwhile, just a 46 yards through the air for Fort LeBoeuf, 86 on the ground for the Bison.
You know, in the games we've done before, I think we were shocked that Harper Creek blew out Fairview. We were shocked how many points were scored in Meadville, McDowell. This is actually kind of going exactly the way I think we thought it would. McLean's balanced. We didn't think they'd throw as much, and they haven't, but they've thrown with success. LeBoeuf has been methodical and plodding down the field. I mean that in a good way. It sounds bad, but they've utilized their strength, their running game, their misdirection, and McLean has the advantage, and the time of possession is dominant with LeBoeuf, but this is kind of how we saw this matchup coming together, the two teams. So the game's not over. LeBoeuf is 1 score away from getting back into it, but also 1 score from it getting away from them. So the second half adjustments, I think both teams, there's really not a lot that they're doing poorly. McLean's playing good defense. LeBoeuf's actually playing really well on defense despite giving up 21 points. So it's just a matter of getting the stop. LeBoeuf has not got the stop on McLean. They've got to get that on defense to get the momentum back.
All right, let's, as we continue along on the Hall Pros halftime show, let's take you down to the field. Hear a little bit of the Fort LeBoeuf Bison marching band. We'll have much more, including the out-of-town scoreboard, in just a couple of minutes. Let's head down to the field.
At 10-2 Credit Union, we tend to your financial needs, starting with lower credit card rates. Because when we tend to your budget, you can tend to what matters most. Tend to your dreams, tend to your future, tend to credit card rates that work for you. Lower rates, better living. 10-2 Credit Union.
At Orthopedic Associates of Meadville, our growing team of surgeons utilize cutting-edge, patient-centered procedures and treatments to get you active and healthy again. From high-quality personalized care to state-of-the-art injury treatment and prevention, the choice has been clear for over 50 years. The largest, most skillful team of orthopedic specialists in Crawford County, delivering orthopedic care that you and your family depend on, right here, close to home.
We tackle some of Erie's toughest and dirtiest jobs, so you don't have to. We're Haul Pros, Erie's 5-star rated junk removal service. From estate cleanouts to hoarding situations, our team delivers results you can see the same day. Families and business owners trust us because we show up prepared, handle every detail, and leave nothing behind but relief. Call today and mention you saw us on TV for $50 off your next cleanout. Results first, that's our promise.
Thinking of selling but feeling stressed and just don't know where to begin? As Erie's senior care expert, I can make selling your home a little less stressful by personally assisting you from beginning to end. I will be there personally every step of the way. Beat your competition and list now while the housing inventory is low and the seller's market is still hot. Call D. Caruana and Associates today and put my one-of-a-kind multimedia marketing plan to work for you. Your home could be the next one on our sold list.
2025 Halman Chevrolet Silverado 1500 LT 4-wheel drive. Buy for 2.9% APR for 72 months or lease 0 down $489 per month.
You heard right. For 0 down or 2.9% APR, you can take this home.
This week at Halman Chevrolet, take your pick of SUVs. 2025 Trax LS, 2026 Trailblazer LT all-wheel drive, and 2026 Equinox LT all-wheel drive. One low payment, only $299 per month. Hurry to Halman Chevrolet.
Craving something fresh, delicious, and locally sourced? At Give a Crepe La Creperie, we serve up savory and sweet crepes made with the best ingredients and crafted with care. And yes, we've got 100% gluten-free and vegan options too. Join us at our location in the heart of Little Italy. Whether you're in the mood for a quick bite or a leisurely meal, we've got you covered with cozy indoor seating, alfresco dining, and easy carry-out options. Come experience flavors that are fresh, vibrant, and made with care. It's easy to give a crepe about Erie.
At 10-2 Credit Union, we tend to make becoming a member easy. Walk in, sign up, and start saving. We tend to your needs with lower rates, fewer fees, and personalized service. 10 to joining, 10 to thriving, 10 to enjoying the benefits today. Easy to join, built for you. 10-2 Credit Union.
Hi, everyone. Hopefully you're enjoying the game. We got a fantastic weekend ahead. All right, first we talk about what's going on in the tropics. Big news here. 2 storms about to get very close to each other. We're going to watch that carefully there. But you can see Invest 94. That'll probably become a named storm, and that would be called Imelda. And that could head into the Carolinas, and that could affect our weather. We're too early to call, but we'll watch that. Umberto will circle around Bermuda. As we take a look at the weekend, big event going on, the Wine Fest up there in Northeast. Temperatures into the mid to upper 70s for the weekend, so looking really good with lots of sunshine. Perfect. Go out to Gibson Park and enjoy yourself. Now, if you're heading out to the Bills game on Sunday, the only local team playing in town, 72 degrees, mostly sunny skies. Steelers going to be in Ireland, where it'll be 62 degrees and sunny. Browns are in a dome in Detroit. And finally, tonight, things looking pretty good for us. Enjoy your weekend, everyone. See you at 11.
Welcome back to Linden Field at the halftime. Show continues. The Hall Pros halftime Erie's trusted junk removal team. I'm John Leineck alongside Jamie Murphy. As we allow the General McLane band to get set up, we'll take you down to the field for a little bit of them. But let's head to the out-of-town scoreboard, the Erie Times News scoreboard here, as they do a great job updating the scores throughout this one. Farrell leads Wilmington 16-7 at the half. Sagertown trails Mercer 21-14 at the half. So the Panthers putting up a pretty good fight in a pretty big battle. Down in Mercer County, Reynolds up by a touchdown, 14-7 over Cambridge Springs. Sharpsville leads in the second quarter over Lakeview 7-0. Northwestern holding its own against Greenville at home at Lewis Rogers Field, 13-12 in the second quarter. At the half, Conneaut up 7-6 over Maplewood. Eisenhower taking it to Union City out at Bears Stadium, 41-0. And a pretty interesting battle here tonight. It is Corey leading Mercier's Prep 20-14. Oil City leads 14-0 over Grove City. Sharon 21-10 lead over Meadville in the second quarter. Harbor Creek up 17-7. Northeast leads Titusville 7-0 at the half. And then 35-7, Girard over Warren. Cathedral Prep trails by 7, 20-13 at home to St. Francis, New York. And McDowell leading at halftime, 3-0 over Warren Harding, Ohio. Jamie, any scores stand out to you from the scoreboard?
Well, different game for McDowell, that's for sure. I think the score was 85-84 at halftime last week. But so McDowell, a lot different than Meadville, and that's getting in preparation for the McDowell Prep game. That's what they do. They play the out-of-town teams year after year after year, and they get better and better and better. And they've done that for the last 50 years. So really looking forward to that matchup. McDowell Prep, as always, great matchup. And I think a lot of you hear a lot about that with Ohio State and Michigan, where the supposed hatred is manufactured. Jim Harbaugh, when he was at Michigan, said that. He said, I don't hate Ohio State, and so Prep McDowell is not really. I think there's mutual respect back and forth. We've all been to the basketball and the football games, and I've heard some of the things, and the kids just try to get crazy a little times. But overall, it's always respect for two great coaching staffs all the time, and great programs all around, everybody, but McDowell Prep especially.
We want to let you know that coming up next Thursday, October 2nd, at 7 o'clock, we will have a special program, as it will be the history of the McDowell Prep rivalry, thanks to Reeves Plumbing and Leyon Construction. Helping provide that broadcast, we'll take a look, talk to coaches, former players that have now become coaches, and many more about just what that rivalry means. It's going to be an interesting, we've been gathering those interviews and look forward to bringing you that show coming up again October 2nd, next Thursday, the day before the Prep McDowell game at 7 o'clock on WICU. Let's take you down to the field and hear some of the General McLane marching band.
When the summer heat hits, your AC shouldn't have to work overtime. Leyon Construction installs high-performance spray foam insulation that locks in your comfort and slashes your cooling costs. Stop sweating high energy bills. Our expert team has you covered. Call now or visit us at leyoncep.com to schedule your free summer insulation estimate. Leyon Construction, the king of quality.
At the Empty Keg, we believe a good meal feels like home. Family owned and a proud part of Edinboro's history, our doors have always been open to neighbors, friends, and newcomers alike. Our homestyle menu brings people together with hearty daily specials made to be shared. From seasonal beers and monthly tap features to happy hour specials after work, there's always something to raise a glass to. Whether it's a family dinner, a night out with friends, or just a place to unwind, the Empty Keg is where everyone belongs. The Empty Keg, where Edinboro comes together.
Friday nights in our community mean one thing: high school football. And just like your hometown team, McMillan's Towing is always ready when you need us most. From breakdowns and accidents to roadside emergencies, McMillan's Towing has you covered 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. McMillan's Towing, proud to support our student athletes and the entire community this season. McMillan's Towing, reliable, professional, always here when you need us. Call 814-897-8989.
We tackle some of Erie's toughest and dirtiest jobs, so you don't have to. We're Haul Pros, Erie's 5-star rated junk removal service. From estate cleanouts to hoarding situations, our team delivers results you can see the same day. Families and business owners trust us because we show up prepared, handle every detail, and leave nothing behind but relief. Call today and mention you saw us on TV for $50 off your next cleanout. Results first, that's our promise.
It's that time again. Kids going back to school. Sad enough to make you cry. Who are you kidding? You got the whole day to yourselves. So get down to Erie Floors Back to School Sale, where all our floors major in style and durability. We'll give you an A for effort if you change out your F in floors. Start the fall semester with extra flooring credit. But don't be tardy. Come end of September, it's school's out. We'll do all the homework for you. Because at Erie Floors, our world is under your feet.
Hi everybody, I'm Mike Ruzzi. The search continues for a suspicious individual in Mill Creek. It all transpired on Thursday night on Peach Street and Gore Road. SWAT teams were involved from Mill Creek and the Erie Police Department. They were looking for this individual for about 4 hours. Individuals were told to stay in their homes and do not open their windows. Police say there was no crime committed because Pennsylvania is an open carry state. We're going to have much more on this investigation coming up tonight at 11 o'clock. And right here at home, a community partnership involved a meaningful impact to fight hunger. Today at the Second Harvest Food Bank in Northwest Pennsylvania received $50,000, a big donation from First Energy. It's part of a larger pledge to support food banks and pantries across the Commonwealth. Much more on this story and other stories tonight, including another class inducted into the Edinboro University Penn West Hall of Fame. That story tonight on Erie News Now.
Welcome back to the Hall Pros halftime show. Hall Pros, Erie's trusted junk removal team. A great job by both the Fort LeBoeuf and General McLane Lancers marching bands. Let's take a look at some halftime stats, shall we, for Fort LeBoeuf. 11 carries for 56 yards unofficially. Skylar Sadowski. We had 9 carries for 28 yards for Dominic Walters. Xavier Blos had 2 carries for 2 yards. 6 for 10 for Dominic Walters for 46 yards. And Xavier Blos, 3 catches for 16 to lead the way. Anything to stand out there, Jake?
Surprised Sadowski didn't have more yards. It seemed like he ran the ball quite a bit, but they balanced him with Blos as well. And so nothing crazy, but pretty balanced. It'll make it difficult to pick a player of the game compared to last week. We had a very easy pick with the school record at McDowell. So we'll see what happens in this one. Again, LeBoeuf has contained Caro. We didn't expect him to duplicate the 346 he put up last game, but he's still going to, with his passing yards, he's going to get into the 200s most likely by the time this one's done. So he's doing a great job.
Speaking of Caro, unofficially 12 of 15 for 175 yards in that opening half of play. His big target was none other than Kyle McConnell, who had 5 catches for 87 yards. He also had Jackson Kaiser who finished with 3 catches for 53 yards, the big 41-yard gainer there to end the half. On the ground, 4 carries for 35 yards for Cohen Beachley. And then some other guys, Nick Swenson had 2 carries for 15 yards. And that about wraps it up. It's kind of been run by committee when they've needed to for General McLane in that opening half of play.
And Caro's quarterback rating is perfect again. That's a perfect rating, 12 of 15, 175. So as efficient as it gets, he's one of the top passers in the district, and for a good reason. He reads the defenses very well. He has weapons to throw, and he even missed a couple guys. Just it happens. You're not going to be perfect every time. So great first half, and I say he's going to get into 200. He'll easily get there, and he might crack the 300 again, depending on how this game plays out, whether McLean needs to throw it or not.
If you're just joining us, let's recap the scoring as the General McLean Lancers won the toss, elected to receive. They march right down the field, and they go on the 21-yard touchdown run, as that one was the opening score. Cohen Beachley put that one into the end zone for the opening 7-0 lead. After Fort LeBoeuf was forced to punt, the Lancers went right back to work through the air, but it was set up that time, a Caden Haller 1-yard run for a 14-0 lead. The Bison went on a marathon, nearly 11-minute drive that carried into the second quarter before a 1-yard touchdown run by Skylar Sadowski. He had a big 16-yard reception to set up that first and goal for the touchdown. And then the opening half capped off. Caro to McConnell, 37-yard touchdown pass, 21-7 was how the scoring played out in the opening half.
You know, we were talking about McDowell Prep. I wanted to mention that what triggered my memory is I covered sports for a decade here in Erie, so we would do a football preview issue, and I would write this article predicting what was a Metro League back then with doing no research. So I wrote that McDowell is a lock to win the Metro. That was my first thing, because McDowell dominated the mid-90s with Ron Rudler, and Aaron Slocum was on those teams, and Laban Marsh. And Prep was just starting to come up with some of those superstars in Mishler's first year. And Mishler said to me anyway, he wrote that on his chalkboard or board or whatever, said, McDowell's a lock to win the Metro. And I feel like I motivated the players by being an idiot young kid who didn't know how to research anything to not see how many superstars were coming through that program at Prep. And that's when they went all the way to the state final that year, and they won it a couple of years later. So I'd like to say I had a tiny little part in my ineptitude in covering sports to motivate the Ramblers to take over the Metro League 1,000 years ago.
As Carter Sindlinger boots this one away, it'll bounce into the end zone as Fort LeBoeuf will take over from its 20. Every little bit of motivation. That is how these coaches get it done.
Yeah.
But thanks so much for being a part of the broadcast here tonight. Fort LeBoeuf trailing 21-7 to start the third quarter of play. Will get things underway on its fourth possession from the 20. And the Bison will look for maybe another methodical drive here to try and make this a one-score game. Again, still plenty of time to go here, but they're going to also need a stop defensively.
Yeah, that's really the key. They have to get one stop, and they haven't been able to do it. McLean hasn't had the ball that much time-wise. So this is great for LeBoeuf to get this opportunity, get the ball first in this second half.
Walters spreads it out with 4 wide receivers and a back to his left as Blos goes in motion. Fake the handoff, looked to go over the middle, but it was covered to Romero, and that pass nearly intercepted by McConnell.
That's a great job of penalty flag on the play, too. It might possibly be a hold on the offensive line, and that was Caden Haller disrupting the pass attempt. He was looking to go left, and it just wasn't there. Dominic Walters just didn't have the play in front of him, and it is not a hold. It's a legal man downfield. And that's also because of Holder, because that pass was supposed to come out a lot sooner, and the offensive lineman can't see that happen behind them, and they just keep moving downfield.
Those are one of those timing routes. You're hoping for a quick slant, maybe a 6 or 7 yard gain, but great job by the General McLean defense to cover that one up, disrupt the play. So second and should be marked back just a tad, unless they decline.
They did decline.
They decline,
Yep.
okay. So second and 10 from the 20 for Fort LeBoeuf. Walters out of the shotgun. 4 wide receivers, play action passes. This one gets out to the outside, but going nowhere that time as quickly tackled from Merrow. The man with the catch gets about a yard.
Nick Swenson right all over that play, and that looked like the same play. This looked like the play they wanted to run before that. That time it was there, even though Holler tried to disrupt that, and he almost did. And it's perfectly read. So not the way LeBoeuf wants it to go. A penalty, although it wasn't accepted, but no gain and a 2-yard gain. They need something special here on this 3rd and long.
3rd and 8 for LeBoeuf 22. As motion that time. It was Caden Holler. As the flag flies, it looks like, though, this one may go against LeBoeuf.
The way Holler was reacting.
He was at least doing a great job to try and sell it.
Yeah, and it does look like it's going to be on LeBoeuf.
Penalty indication against LeBoeuf. Motion.
It's their 6th penalty of the game. That'll extend it to a 3rd and 13 from the 17-yard line.
And you really, you got to punt this ball if you can't get the 17. And this is where all the pressure now turns to that defense. They don't get a stop this game. It almost gets out of reach at 28-7, but that's looking maybe too far ahead.
4 wide receivers split out as Walters takes the shotgun snap, looking over the middle of the field. Kind of was in between there. Blows tried to put his hand up there. Also, there was a guy right behind him, and Aiden Strushin, the tight end, but neither come up with a ball. So a 4th and 13, and Lucas Kantz will come onto the field to send this one away. Not the opening drive Justin Blows and company were looking for.
Yeah, and it looked like, I don't know if there was just miscommunication. Blows didn't think the ball was to him. The ball was thrown too hard and too high, and he wasn't really anywhere close to the first down marker, so he kind of pulled his hand back because he thought there was someone behind him. So the pass really wasn't, or the route wasn't run correctly.
So Kantz standing right around his own 4 will get this one. Gets a good foot on it, as this one will go into General McLane territory and take a favorable bounce down to the 32-yard line. So a pretty good punt from Kantz to try and flip the field somewhat.
That's a great job. That's a 50-yard punt. I mean, that is he is very impressive, averaging 36.7 yards a punt. One of the top punters in District 10. And he was also practicing field goals at halftime, about 35 yards, and they had he was putting them over the soccer nets behind the goalpost. So he's got a cannon of a leg. He's had not a lot of opportunity to kick this year. 4 out of 11 in field goal tries coming in.
So Matt Caro will start the half offensively out of the shotgun. Quick dump off to Cohen Beachley, but he's going to be lucky if he gets back to the line of scrimmage, maybe a loss of 1.
And that's a great job by Mike Famaro. Famaro read that perfectly, blew out the play, and they'll start again.
Call it 2nd and 11.
So 2nd and 11 from the General McLane 31. And I know they like to move fast, but this is almost one, if you can kind of take some time off the clock with 3 men in motion as they reset, the 2 tight ends and Kaiser the wideout, so they go heavy on the right side. Play action pass and the quick toss here to Corwin. But again, a great job by the defensive backs of Fort LeBoeuf for only about a gain of a yard.
And they, as you said, they loaded up that right side. They have the blockers going forward, and they still couldn't get that play. That's a great defensive play by LeBoeuf. And so this really is, this maybe lost after the game, 3rd and 9. This is the most important play of the game. This is the chance for LeBoeuf to get the stop they need.
So at 3rd and long 9 from the 33 of General McLane. A couple of quick passes here, but be careful because McConnell has been a guy that's gone deep on a couple of these passing plays with trips to the far side. Caro out of the shotgun on the sidecar to his left. Fakes the handoff, and then he's going deep. Who else but McConnell there is able to make the catch, but a flag does fly, so this is going to be a big gainer, but it looks like for a moment there McConnell was trying to find some separation. We'll see which way this one goes.
Yeah, and again, that's great coverage. We've seen that coverage all night, and it looks like hand fighting between both of them. And it is against McLane. So that's, I thought it was going to go against LeBoeuf. And the crowd doesn't like it, as expected. Gio Bartone, great coverage again. He has done a great job tonight. Another great throw, but they ruled that there was too much contact by McConnell to push off.
It's usually the sign when you see just the slight, the bend of the elbows go straight out, and that's when usually the offensive pass interference is going to come to play. So a 15-yard penalty will reset the 3rd down. So that'll be 3rd and 24 upcoming for the Lancers.
That's a drive killer.
Ball spotted at the 18-yard line.
Just the 3rd penalty for the Lancers. as they had just 2 in the first half.
Third down.
For 15 initial hold early in the game, but penalties haven't cost them so far up until this point. So 3rd and 25 from the 18 is where they'll mark it. Caro, he'll go 4 wide receivers to the right side, try to get things off the line, has time to throw, looks downfield, has McConnell again, but that time couldn't catch it cleanly initially, and a good breakup by the trio of defensive backs for the Bison.
McConnell, the intended receiver.
McConnell getting up slowly. It looked like Vamaro landed right on top of him. Looks like he's okay. But now there it is. There's the stop. They absolutely needed it, and they got it. They loaded up that right side to try to wreak havoc there, to try to maybe get an interference call or a tip ball. It almost worked. But now they're forced to, you would think, punt.
It's Marshall.
Okay, I didn't see a punter.
Matt Carroll will go do the old quarterback shuffle backwards as he'll take this one and go with a pooch punt. A pretty good one, though, as that one angles out to right around the 44-yard line of Fort LeBoeuf. So a pretty good one there by Carroll to flip the field, but the first stop of the night for the Bison's defense.
So about a 40-yard punt there. So that's the first time McLane has been stopped. Penalty killed him on that play, and so now LeBoeuf, still plenty of time left. They can stick to their game plan to almost 2 full quarters still. Not a lot of time has come off the clock. And try to get that first down. Again, what happened in the last drive is that McLane blew up that first down play. So it put them into second and uncomfortable right away, and they couldn't recover.
So 45 is the starting point with 8:57 to go here in the 3rd quarter of play. 21-7 the score. General McLane in front on homecoming weekend. Homecoming court and fireworks set for after this game. But right now, looking for fireworks for the Bison faithful as Walters working out of the shotgun, blows the man in motion. Quick pitch there is avoiding one tackler, Sadowski across the 50, and he has a lane. He is going down the 30, the 20. Man to catch him as Montroy can't do it. 55 yards, and there are the fireworks we were talking about. A big play on Sadowski's 2nd touchdown run of the night.
60-yard touchdown run to the outside, and LeBoeuf is right back into this game. What a huge play. It just seems as though LeBoeuf is just kind of methodical, and then they explode. They put together that play that maybe you don't see coming, and just like that, it seems like McLean's had the advantage all night, but they're only up by maybe 7 if this extra point's good.
As Cants gets set to take this one, blows, bobbles the snap, can't get it off. And so it'll be a 21-13 score.
And it looked like the ball wasn't even set at all by Blows. He kicked a ball that was laying flat, so there's not much he could have done there, and drilled the lineman. So
score with 8 minutes and 45 seconds.
So LeBoeuf right back in it here. Their defense is going to be asked to step up again to get another stop.
We'll take a timeout quickly here with 8:45 remaining in the 3rd quarter of a 1-score game.
At Orthopedic Associates of Meadville, our growing team of surgeons utilize cutting-edge, patient-centered procedures and treatments to get you active and healthy again. From high-quality personalized care to state-of-the-art injury treatment and prevention, the choice has been clear for over 50 years. The largest, most skillful team of orthopedic specialists in Crawford County, delivering orthopedic care that you and your family depend on, right here, close to home.
At Nova Cabinets, Countertops, and Floors, we specialize in cabinets, countertops, and floors that redefine luxury and durability. Imagine opening your cabinets to find organized bliss with every item in its place. Picture preparing meals on stunning granite or quartz countertops that are as resilient as they are beautiful. And let's not forget the floors. We have an extensive range of flooring options to complement any aesthetic. Visit our showroom or call us today. Nova Cabinets, Countertops, and Floors, your partner in creating the home of your dreams.
Welcome back to the Erie News Now Game of the Week as the pendulum swings in the favor of Fort LeBoeuf. A quick one-play 55-yard strike. It was Sadowski with the big run, his 2nd touchdown of the night, as that one from Cants will fly into the end zone. No return for McConnell. So General McLane, after a opening drive to the 2nd half that went backwards, will look to improve things here on the 2nd time, touching the football in half number 2.
And it seemed as though in the last drive, partly because the penalty pushed them way back, that they're looking to, when they see the man coverage, they want to try to attack it. LeBoeuf has done a good job in the man coverage in keeping that tight coverage and even drawing a penalty. But McLane You'd like to see them. You'd think that they would like to air it out a little bit more and try to pull away from this Bison team.
As a scoring update as this handoff goes for Beachley. He's going to try the left side of the line, spin his way forward to about the 25-yard line for a pickup of 5.
The 25-yard line.
Carson Stoltz, good job, good tackle, 57 tackles last year.
2nd and 5.
And a quick pitch to the right side this time, across the 25 and out towards the 30,
Beachley.
32. Be a pickup of 7. Put a flag on the play. Halftime score coming into us, St. Francis out of New York leading Cathedral Prep 34-13 last check.
And that's a 15-yard face mask.
Against LeBoeuf.
And that's a nice break for General McLane.
6 for Beachley initially on the carry to give him 6 carries for 46 and then tack on another 15. So just when the Bison had some momentum, quick drive advancer.
So McLane not
choosing
to go to the pass game yet. They're going
line.
to set it up with a couple of solid runs. Good start to this drive.
1st and 10 for the 46 of the Lancers. Caro out of the shotgun will motion his 2 tight ends, Corwin and Holler, to the left side. Points out a defensive coverage and takes the snap. This time it's going to be Swenson. Avoids one tackler, tries to kick it outside, and not letting him get loose that
Swenson,
time. It's Dominic Walters coming up from the safety position.
Walters on the stop for LeBoeuf.
And Walters, good job sticking with his man. It's tough to stick with someone who's in motion going the other direction, but a good job, good fundamentals there.
Handoff again to Swenson. This time he has room to run as he moves inside
Swenson,
the 40 that time.
First down yardage.
He'll get down to about the 37 for a
Ball
pickup.
spotted near the 37-yard line.
Cole Gillette,
First
Mitch
and 10 Lancers.
Koisk, and Ryan Benoit, right side of the line.
Swenson gets the handoff, but another flag flies, is trying to go quickly that time.
Swenson, the ball carrier.
Await the penalty.
Take flag on the play.
So Mitch Kofsky, sorry. I wanted to mention that they moved that LeBoeuf line 5 yards downfield in the last play, 2 plays ago.
That would have been a pickup of 3, but legal substitution on LeBoeuf.
Now we see those penalties piling up again.
Indication is against LeBoeuf.
11 last week, and it's probably 8 or 9 tonight.
So we'll see how they reset things here. So that'll.
Penalty yardage down to the 27.
So it's a 5-yard penalty along with the 3-yard run. So it'll bring up
27-yard line.
First down from the 29.
So according to the 6, it's a 1st and 2.
I don't think that's right. So I think it's probably a 2nd and 2. As Beachley tries the right side, not going to get there.
Beachley, the ball carrier.
So it had to be 2nd down if they counted the run. So it should be 3rd down.
Right down near the 28-yard line.
3rd and 1
down and
upcoming.
1.
But the sticks in the scoreboard say 2nd down, so
we will as well. It's Caro out of the shotgun formation. He has 3 receivers to the near side with Haller, the tight end, on the right side of the line. Beachley, the sidecar to Caro's left. Has the play action fake over the middle to McConnell. He spins away, stays on his feet, and he's going to go to the end zone. That time, a 28-yard touchdown completion, and the Lancers answer right back.
What an athletic play by Kyle McConnell. Knocked off his feet. That is so much harder than it looks to get back in momentum.
For the Lancer touchdown.
And a nice pass over the middle, and just when you think you have McLane contained, they break out with that passing game, that crisp, short passing. That's a slant. That's a tough play to defend. And just like that, now you're down by 2 scores again. And McLane was helped by probably 25, 30 yards of penalties on that drive. That's really got to be frustrating for the LeBoeuf coaching staff.
So getting set to kick here as Brennan Burkhart sends it through. And that makes it a 28-13 lead for the Lancers here on the Erie News Now Game of the Week. Back in just a moment.
At 10-2 Credit Union, we tend to the stress of managing multiple debts with simple debt consolidation. We help you tend to lower payments, fewer worries, and more peace of mind. Tend to your finances, tend to your life, tend to debt done right. Debt consolidation made simple. 10-2 Credit Union.
Beat the heat this summer with eco-friendly cellulose insulation from Leyon Construction. Our cellulose systems keep hot air out and your home cooler naturally. It's energy efficient, safe, and perfect for summer retrofits or upgrades. Don't let the sun drive up your bills. Call Leyon Construction or visit us at leyoncep.com. Leyon Construction, the king of quality.
At 10-2 Credit Union, we tend to make becoming a member easy. Walk in, sign up, and start saving. We tend to your needs with lower rates, fewer fees, and personalized service. Tend to joining, tend to thriving, tend to enjoying the benefits today. Easy to join, built for you. 10-2 Credit Union.
Beautiful moon over General McLane High School as this kick going to go through the end zone. That time from Carter Sindlinger. So Fort LeBoeuf will look to replicate its opening drive of the second half, a 55-yard touchdown run by none other than Skylar Sadowski, as they'll have to answer here trailing by 15.
And a great job. McConnell over 100 yards, puts him close to 450 on the season. He's done a great job. This McLane, it's not just him too. They've got a lot of wide receivers. He's been the primary target tonight, and McLane playing to their strengths. The run is doing a good job setting up the pass. Now see if LeBoeuf has an answer.
In this half, Caro adding on to a 12 for 15 for 175. He has 29 yards. He's 3 of 4, including that 28-yard touchdown pass for the quarterback for the Lancers. Walters, meanwhile, trying to match here as he'll hand it off to Blows. Initially caught in the backfield, but kicks it outside, and another pretty good run from the Bison to start off this drive as he steps out right around the 30-yard line for a pickup of 10.
Yeah, and that snap came back a little bit slow and almost disrupted that entire play, but a good job to Blows to use his athleticism to just get past the sticks, keep things moving. They have to convert something on this drive. I know it's only halfway through the third, but they've got to get something.
This has been a well-balanced game. Not quite the scoring pace we had a week ago between Meadville and McDowell, as Walters, the read option here, keeps it himself across the 35 before he's met around the 36 for a pickup of 6. That'll bring up a 2nd and 4.
And that's such a hard play for a defense to read. They really bit on the run, the inside run. And yet another flag. We've seen a lot of penalty flags here tonight.
That one flew after the stop, targeting a 15-yard penalty on the Lancers. So we've seen a couple of significant penalties, 2 against the Lancers and 1 on the last drive for LeBoeuf.
And I would assume they kind of picked up Walters and threw him down, although he was we were blocked to see it. I wasn't really sure if that's why they threw the flag, but it came in late enough that I would assume that's what they were flagging, is the manner in which he was tackled.
To the Lancer 47-yard line.
So from the 37 of LeBoeuf to the 47 of the Lancers. So a penalty that pays there for GM. Under center will go Walters. He has 4 receivers, 2 to balance either side. As the handoff goes to Blows, but it is blown up in the backfield quickly by the Lancer defense.
Great job, Nick Swenson. We need Gene Steratore. Is he available to see where that targeting was, and on that 2nd and 1 and 1st and 1 and all that business? I assume he's not.
I don't know. Gene Steratore, Mike Pereira.
What a great job. When I grow up, I want to have that job.
Hey, Gene can do it. He's multifaceted. He does
incredible.
it on the football field. The former NCAA basketball official is man in motion here as Blows into the backfield. The handoff, though, goes to Sadowski, who tries the right side. Continues to churn the legs, but can't get much going there as he gets back to the original line of scrimmage.
Cohen Beachley with a good ankle tackle. And again, fundamentals, McLane. There's hardly been any missed tackles. Now, there have been good runs by LeBoeuf and good blocking, but very few sloppy tackle approaches, just fundamentally sound and making the stop, even though LeBoeuf is still moving. But now they've got a big challenge.
3rd and 10 from the 47 of General McLane. Sadowski with 113 on 13 carries so far in this one. Sidecar to the left is Sadowski. Man in motion is Blows. Shotgun snap as the play action. Walters rolling to his left, trying to go hit Blos in the flat there, but that is a tough throw and falls incomplete. That'll bring up a 4th and 10 for the Bison.
And it all night on that left side, the left side LeBoeuf line has just had their hands full with the McLane linebackers and the defense, and Calden Haller has done such a great job just making life miserable for LeBoeuf and his right defensive end spot. And as you said, that's a really tough throw running to your left.
LeBoeuf on its opening touchdown drive went 4 for 4 on 4th down from the 47 of General McLane. Justin Blos will allow his offense to stay on the field at least initially, as the sidecar to the right of Walters is Sadowski. They'll send out 4 guys with Blos in a quick motion play, but I think Justin Blos wants to talk this one over. Indeed he does. He'll take a timeout. We will as well as we continue along. 4:10 left in the 3rd quarter of play. General McLane leading 28-13.
At Nova
Thinking of selling but feeling stressed?
At Nova Cabinets, Countertops, and Floors, we specialize in cabinets, countertops, and floors that redefine luxury and durability. Imagine opening your cabinets to find organized bliss with every item in its place. Picture preparing meals on stunning granite or quartz countertops that are as resilient as they are beautiful. And let's not forget the floors. We have an extensive range of flooring options to complement any aesthetic. Visit our showroom or call us today. Nova Cabinets, Countertops, and Floors, your partner in creating the home of your dreams.
Thinking of selling but feeling stressed and just don't know where to begin? As Erie's senior care expert, I can make selling your home a little less stressful by personally assisting you from beginning to end. I will be there personally every step of the way. Beat your competition and list now while the housing inventory is low and the seller's market is still hot. Call D. Caruana and Associates today and put my one-of-a-kind multimedia marketing plan to work for you. Your home could be the next one on our sold list.
Welcome back to the Erie News Now Game of the Week. Fort LeBoeuf, General McLane, the Bison awaiting a 4th and 10 out of the timeout here, trailing 28-13. Walters will go with 5 wide as he takes the shotgun snap, 3-step drop, steps up in the pocket, looking to the far sideline. Xavier Blos, but it's going to fall incomplete, and that'll be a turnover on downs.
That's a tough one. He was looking at Blos the entire time. He had him wide open. McLane was playing, looked like kind of like a cover 6 way back, just
takes over
on
on
3rd and
downs.
10, and he had a deep out, and the ball's just underthrown. That's a tough one. And they take a timeout. I understand. You got a 4th and 10. You got to really make sure you have the right play, but timeouts when you're losing in the second half are precious.
So here goes General McLane. It's 3rd time possessing the football. This time starting at its own 47-yard line with 4:03 to go in the 3rd quarter of play. As Matt Carroll will work with 3 wide receivers to the far side, and a man in motion is Beachley. Empties the backfield, and he goes this time to Caden Haller, but he is met quickly by a host of Bison tacklers
Haller
for
on the reception.
maybe a gain of 1.
That was a well-designed play. It looked like it was going to be a swing pass to McConnell, and LeBoeuf did not bite on that. That's a great discipline by the LeBoeuf defense. Sadowski in on the stop, as well as the host of Bison, who have played well. Yes, 28 points is not what they want, but they played well tonight.
Caro out of the shotgun, motions his 2 tight ends. Overload on the right side. Caro will roll that way, dump it off quickly to Corwin, who crosses the 50, still working as each stays in bounds. Gets
Corwin
down
on the reception of Caro's pass.
Gets down to about the 44, so that'll be a pickup of 8.
And that works. Take the underneath route. Nothing too very conservative, not taking much of a risk. A tough pass to defend, and now they're going to run quickly.
3rd down and 1.
As this time the pass to McConnell, the favorite target of the night, is that one from the
McConnell
43 down to the 40 for a pickup of 3.
And that works, and then yes, that does aid
Stoles
Caro's
on the
quarterback
stop for
stats
LeBoeuf.
on those quick passes, but
spotted at the
you do
40
have to have the
yard line.
timing
1st and
perfect to
10
run those
Lancers.
plays too, so it does take a lot of skill, even though those are short routes.
That time pickup of 3 sets up the new fresh set of downs. Man in motion as Kaiser fakes the handoff. Quick little pitch there, that time to Corwin, who goes up the middle
Corwin on the
for a
shovel
pickup
pass.
of about, they'll get him down to the 34, so that'll be a pickup of 6 on the pass play.
And
Near
Vomaro
the
coming up,
34-yard line.
limping on that play, shaking the leg
6
out. Hopefully
yards.
it's just a cramp. He's actually going to stay in the game.
2nd and 4.
That's the fifth reception of the night, is this time getting the football to Beachley as he runs it
first down yardage.
down to the 30 for pickup.
It is a Lancer first down.
Sadowski another tackle. And what LeBoeuf really
From the
needs,
30-yard
LeBoeuf needs to
line.
win a play on defense. They have not been able to do that. McLane is getting 5, 6, 7, 8 yards every play, and they're wearing them down.
And they're starting to go to the pace here as they motion. All the receivers in tight. Beachley will come back into the backfield. With Caro standing at his own 35. A quick little pitch play there as the run to the right goes down to about the 28 for a pickup of 2.
And that's about the 6th or 7th time that McLane has run out of that formation, but they run a different play out of that formation every single time. They've thrown the ball out of that formation. There they looked like they had the blockers to get a big play that just didn't work out.
28-yard line.
So that'll bring up a second and 8 from the 28-yard line as we take under 2 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Beachley comes to the sideline limping a tad. They'll work out of a tight formation. 4 receivers split out as Kaiser coming the man in motion. The handoff goes to Swenson. He tries the right side, has some room to run, cuts back in the field,
Swenson,
goes
the ball
down
carrier.
to the 18-yard line for a pickup of 10.
First down yardage
Again,
for the
LeBoeuf
Lancers.
just can't win a play on defense. That is a really tough play
Close,
to defend.
credited with
Misdirection,
the
you have to
defensive
just stay in
It'll
your
be first
defensive
down, John
assignment
McLane.
and make the play, and that really thins out the defense when the defense can't swarm to a ball carrier.
Single coverage, man-to-man here on the near side. McConnell, the man to watch, who has 118 yards tonight through the air, but they turn to the run as Swenson goes
Swenson, the ball carrier.
up the middle from the 18 down to the give him to the 13 for a pickup of 5.
Sadowski, 36 tackles and 5 sacks, one of the top sack leaders in District 10.
Spotted near
They have
the
not
13-yard
gotten
line.
anywhere near Caro
5 yards on the
tonight,
play,
mainly
second
because
and
he
5.
throws the ball so quickly.
So 2nd and 5 from the 13 of Fort LeBoeuf for General McLane, looking to extend its lead that stands at 15 before the end of the third quarter. Man in motion, play action toss, going to the end zone, this time for Haller, who hauls it in for the touchdown. 13-yard pass play, Caro to Haller.
And just like in the previous plays,
Caro to
Navarro
Haller.
had good coverage on him, but Haller is so
13
tall,
yards.
there's not much you can
For
do
the
about
Lancers
that.
score.
And Caro makes a perfect throw. Once again, there was only a very tight window he could have put that into, and he did it. Haller was big enough to prevent maybe an interception, but a perfect throw, and now LeBoeuf has a large mountain to climb.
We await the extra point attempt here. Yeah, it's going to be a monumental task in the fourth quarter as Brennan Burkhart looking to go 5 for 5 on the extra point attempts. And indeed he does as that one goes through.
Kick is
The
up
score
and good.
35-13, General McLane over Fort LeBoeuf. We'll be back in a
With
moment here
37 seconds remaining
at
in the
Linden
third
Field.
quarter, it's John McLane.
It's that time again. Kids going back to school. Sad enough to make you cry. Who you kidding? You got the whole day to yourselves. So get down to Erie Floors Back to School Sale, where all our floors major in style and durability. We'll give you an A for effort if you change out your F in floors. Start the fall semester with extra flooring credit. But don't be tardy. Come end of September, it's school's out. We'll do all the homework for you. Because at Erie Floors, our world is under your feet.
We welcome you back
LeBoeuf
to Linden
takes over
Field with
first and 10 from their own 20-yard line.
37 seconds left in the third quarter of play after General McLane extends its lead to 35-13. The kickoff by Sindlinger sails into the end zone. So Fort LeBoeuf starting from its own 20 for a second consecutive drive and needing one of those big firework plays to get started here.
It's tough to do whenever you need 22 points. They're not an offense. They're a great running offense, but it's not that LeBoeuf can't do it, but when the defense knows you got to throw, it's really tough.
So 1st and 10 from the 20, and they'll go with a tight formation, single receiver split out. Under center is Walters, and we see General McLane jump. But we'll see
Flying on the play.
there's a member of Fort LeBoeuf's offensive line that drew them across.
Offside's a call against the Lancers.
So I don't believe we've seen a turnover in this game.
Ball spotted at the 25-yard line. It'll be
Which
first
is
and
rare.
5.
Yeah, last week we had a couple of interceptions, a fumble. Fumble probably the lone mistake from Brody Bonsall a week ago for McDowell, breaking 3 school records in a offensive onslaught between the two teams. As it'll be a 1st and 5 now from the 25 for the Bison, who stay in that tight package. This one goes right up the middle. Sadowski hops over 1, works out to the 32-yard line for a pickup of 7.
I was waiting for him to
Sadowski,
fumble,
the ball carrier.
and then I would have jinxed him by saying there's
Being
no
out
turnover.
near the
So hopefully that does not
32-yard
happen.
line.
Sadowski's had a solid game
First
today.
down yardage
Both
for
sides of
the
the ball.
Bison.
He's been excellent defensively as well, as always.
14 carries for 120
It'll be first and
unofficially
10
for
Fort LeBoeuf.
Sadowski. Sadowski, who came into this one averaging 7.2 per carry, had 642 on the year and 6 touchdowns on the ground. He's added a pair tonight. And that'll be the end of the 3rd quarter of
That's
play
the end
here
of the
from
3rd
Linden
quarter
Field.
play. The
Score
score, General
35-13.
McLane 35,
We'll be back in a
Fort
moment
LeBoeuf
with the 4th
13.
quarter on the Erie News Now Game of the Week.
At Nova Cabinets, Countertops, and Floors, we specialize in cabinets, countertops, and floors that redefine luxury and durability. Imagine opening your cabinets to find organized bliss with every item in its place. Picture preparing meals on stunning granite or quartz countertops that are as resilient as they are beautiful. And let's not forget the floors. We have an extensive range of flooring options to complement any aesthetic. Visit our showroom or call us today. Nova Cabinets, Countertops, and Floors, your partner in creating the home of your dreams.
At Orthopedic Associates of Meadville, our growing team of surgeons utilize cutting-edge, patient-centered procedures and treatments to get you active and healthy again. From high-quality personalized care to state-of-the-art injury treatment and prevention, the choice has been clear for over 50 years. The largest, most skillful team of orthopedic specialists in Crawford County, delivering orthopedic care that you and your family depend on, right here, close to home.
Welcome you back to the Erie News Now
Nick
Game of the Week. I want to thank our
basket
sponsors,
15.
Leyon's Construction, Nova
Terry
Countertops,
Nando, basket 16.
as well as the
Olivia Leckman,
Orthopedic Associates of Meadville
basket
Plastics
17.
and the
And
Meadville
Dave
Medical
Cannon,
Center for
basket
making these
18.
broadcasts possible to bring to you. As we start the 4th quarter of play, it is 1st and 10 from the 32 for the Bison. As the play action pass, Walters loading up, has Mikey Vomero deep downfield. He's got him, and there's the fireworks the Bison needed. Is that one going to go 68 yards for the score? The Bison
Walters
get the big play
pass.
they needed.
Complete for the
And
touchdown.
Vomero got
That's
behind
Mikey
the defense.
Vomero.
Very surprising that McLane not let the play, but were victimized by that
68
play,
yards.
considering they know that LeBoeuf can
For
throw
the
the ball.
Bison
And that's
score.
an absolute perfect throw by Walters down the field. And LeBoeuf, they needed it. They need every score they can get. And, they surprise you. It doesn't seem like their offense is capable of doing that. But they can, and they did. And so a good job by Vomero to get behind the defense, and he's had a great game too.
So the Bison, who had an extra point blocked on the 55-yard Sadowski touchdown, will go for 2 to try and make this a 35-21 score, as Walters, with a man in motion and blows, they're going to pitch it to Sadowski, who tries to get the edge, weaves, and are they going to? Yes, he's in. That'll make it 35-21 as Sadowski gets the 2-point try.
Sadowski,
the workmanlike effort to get the job done, and there's a penalty flag on the play. And it's an illegal shift, so it's coming back.
The indication is against LeBoeuf.
And that is, again, a ton of
Motion
penalties.
penalty.
Both sides have had a lot of penalties tonight.
I believe that is the 9th for unofficially 75 yards for the Bison.
Ball spotted back at the 7-yard line.
So the Bison will decide for the extra point here and maybe go for the 2 on the next try if they find the end zone for a fourth time. So Cants will line things up with Blows. Has the ball placed right now at the 7-yard line, so this will be a 24-yarder on the extra point. This time the snap and hold are down, and the kick is up and good. So
Kansas kick is up
35 to 20 is the score.
11:44 remaining in the fourth quarter.
With
John McLane 35,
44
Fort LeBoeuf 20.
remaining here at Linden Field, as the Lancers looking to make it 5 consecutive wins after that loss to open the year at Du Bois. They have been on a roll since. Meanwhile, the Bison looking for a big comeback effort as they try to avoid dropping to 500 at 3-3. As this one concludes, at least on the scoreboard, don't go anywhere, because at the end of the game we have the Valerio's Restaurant and Pizzeria post-game show where we will recap the scoring from out of town, give you the stats and recap the scoring from this one at Linden Field, and hand out our player of the game. Valerio's fresh from Italy to you will be all a part of our post-game here tonight. John Leineck alongside Jamie Murphy. Want to thank you for being a part of this action tonight. We also want to thank the General McLane School District for having us here at Linden Field to broadcast this rivalry matchup tonight.
In the Rob Kenner Connect Scholarship Raffle, you may pick up your basket.
General McLane outscoring their last 4 opponents 175 to 33. They've totally dominated, beating Harbor Creek, Oil City, Franklin, and Corey. And so LeBoeuf, as I think most people expected, would be a little bit closer than the 30, and especially the Franklin game. McLane beat Franklin 70 to 8, so it was expected to be closer. McLane knew that coming in, and their offense, aside from one drive, has moved down the field tonight.
Boy, you talked about turnovers a short while ago. LeBoeuf could use one here to try and make this a one-score game as Cants kicks this one away. Kaiser will let that one fly over his head, and that's where General McLane will take it from its own 20-yard line to start this drive.
So McLane on the season putting up 267 passing yards a game, and they're close to that again tonight, which is an enormous amount for a high school team. 16 touchdowns and 2 interceptions coming into this game.
One thing to keep in mind as we are in the fourth quarter, LeBoeuf already spent one of its timeouts, so they have just 2 remaining. General McLane has the full arsenal of 3 and the lead. You know, they like to work with pace, do the Lancers, but maybe a time where you try to slow this game down a little bit. Kaiser and McConnell will split out wide with the 2 tight end package and the running back to the right of Carroll. The handoff goes to Swenson on the left side. He bounces off one tackler to the 25, falls forward, and still chugging those legs all the way out to the 31 for a pickup of 11.
Yeah, and they've run the ball exceptionally well tonight as well. So you would expect, just as you said, John, is just try to churn 5-6 minutes off of this clock and really put LeBoeuf in an impossible situation.
First and 10.
Swenson will sub out as they go this time. Sidecar to the left, the 2 tight ends motion. Charlie Bennett the back to the left, and it looks like he'll take it. He has some speed as he gets across the 41, but a flag flies in the backfield. This one likely coming back.
So many penalty calls tonight. It's just so frustrating for the coaches, really disrupting the flow of the game. I'm not saying the referee shouldn't make the calls. It's just it's unfortunate. And that hold wipes out the momentum for McLane, at least temporarily.
6 penalties for 60 yards for the Lancers tonight unofficially, and on the other side of things, 9 penalties for 75 for the Fort LeBoeuf Bison. 11:01 to go in this one.
So it's 10 yards from the spot to the foul, so that pushes them way back.
So first and 20 from the 21. Carroll will work out of the shotgun this time with trips to the left with a motion man as another flag flies. The pitch to Bennett. He gets the edge out to the 25, back to the 31, and spun down hard around the 34.
A flag on the play.
But it was a man in motion when the flag flew.
Looks like Caden Haller moved his feet as he was getting set while the guy was in motion. And so that's unfortunate, wiping out a nice play.
So that'll bring up a first and 25, and we talked about a turnover, but the penalties now almost like a turnover and helping the Bison try to get the much-needed stop here. Again, they're going to need 2 scores, down 15 with 10:41 to go.
And that clock obviously stops, at least temporarily. It winds once the ball is spotted, but McLane's got to get things in order. You know, we're halfway through the season almost already. This is something you usually see in the first game, so this is frustrating for the coaches.
On both sides, and especially, you know, when you want to be clean outfits and run at a pace. If you're Marshall McCormick and Justin Blow, something you addressed from a week ago against Grove City, as going up the middle and not going far. That time, I believe it was Bennett, the man. No, that was Swenson back into the game, as he'll only get to the
Swenson, the ball carrier,
19-yard line.
And that looks like
short
that.
Game.
Some of the coaches wanted a penalty on that tackle, that they thought it was a little up around the helmet or the horse collar, but that was not called on that play. It's tough to see from our angle.
Swenson did not gain a yard, so that'll bring up a
2nd and 22.
They'll give him 3, so that'll bring up a 2nd and 22. As this time, Carroll looking over the middle, and oh my goodness, off the defender and into the hands of Caden Holler, who is going to take this almost all the way. Are they going to give him the touchdown? The question is, the referee was trailing. It would be an 81-yard touchdown, but they're going to mark him down after 80 yards of the 1-yard line.
Oh, Hunter Huck had the interception. That was a tough seam route through the middle, and Huck read it perfectly, and he just couldn't squeeze it. Oh, what luck for McLane, and a great job to stick with it, follow the ball into his hands.
And that time, running forward, they give the touchdown as
I don't think he was in.
Lancers
Holler, the ball carrier,
go forward as Holler was the ball carrier.
One ref said no, the other one said yes, but he was well short. And now there's an injury.
Now there's an injured Bison player, so we're going to bring this back in the broadcast
short
booth.
of the goal line. The officials a timeout for injury.
All right, we bring you back into the broadcast booth here as we await the Fort LeBoeuf player that was injured. And you saw the Bison quickly motioning for the sidelines there, but boy, what could have been a turn of events there, Jamie? That seemed to be an interception, the one we were talking about for the Bison, and for the moment, it appears that knocking on the door are the Lancers.
Yeah, and I'm curious of what the ruling is going to be down on the goal line, because the referee on the far side signaled touchdown, but our angle was he was well short, and the ref on our side said he was short. So I think they're going to mark him short. A lot of the fans were booing because they thought he scored on the pass play too. I think it might just be academic as far as maybe I'm wrong in assuming, but they're down at the 1-yard line. So you got to be good to be lucky, and that's exactly what the Lancers, they got away with one there. Should have been an interception.
So as it currently stands, 35-20 is the score in this one. While we have a moment, and again, all has fallen silent here as a number of personnel are working on an injured Fort LeBoeuf Bison. Let's, as we keep it here in the broadcast booth, let's kind of recap the scoring for you, shall we? This one opened up with a 21-yard touchdown run. Cohen Beachley made it 7-0 after a Bison punt. That's when it was Holler running it in from 1 yard after a big passing play, and this is never a sign that you want to see here, as the medical personnel coming out with the stretcher and the backboard here at Linden Field. As we continue along here, though, the Bison did answer back as they got a 1-yard touchdown run from Skylar Sadowski, and that made it 14-7. But right before the half, it was a big passing play as Caro hit McConnell for a 21-7 lead, and that's where we were. Meanwhile, Fort LeBoeuf came out of the half, gets the big run by Sadowski, one play, 55 yards, 21-13 before an answer 28-yard passing play as the touchdown, Caro to McConnell, and then after a stop, it was another nice passing play, Caro to Holler, that made it 35-13 before the Bison scored on that last play. And again, General McLane is right at the door of another touchdown pass, but an injured Bison player is the personnel on the medical staff tending to him from both General McLane and Fort LeBoeuf.
Yeah, it's silent here. It has been very loud. The speakers are right in either one of our ears, so it's been very loud for us here tonight, and we're the only ones talking, I think, right now. So We can't see who it is. We obviously would never speculate on what it is or what's going to happen. And, you know, it's just so different at this level with high school because it's terrible in professional and college, but, you know, the parents are here and maybe grandparents, and just the worst feeling maybe to see your kid being attended to out there. But great work by the personnel that care for the kids, and hopefully it's not as severe as it looks, but we have no idea.
As they're starting to lift on the back, somebody just stood up, I believe, too, and a standing ovation to the injured player being assisted by the medical staff. We'll continue to keep it in the booth here for at least right now, but a large standing ovation as the injured player able to stand and get to his feet, but still being talked to by the training staff. Again, we're here with 9:09 to go in the fourth quarter, with General McLane leading 35-20 over Fort LeBoeuf as we await an injured player for the Bison, but certainly a good sign that the young man's been able to get to his feet at this point.
And so much less important, with that pass, I would think Caro's pushing close to his numbers from last week too. He put up 346 last week, and he's got to be over 300 with that pass.
And wow, I believe it is Xavier Belos walking on 2 feet to the sideline with as he will go alongside his father there, but very fortunate. I guess for a moment there that looks like a very scary scene, but still wish Xavier at this point all the best as we continue along here. 9:09 to go. So just to reset the play, was an 80-yard pass play that was marked down at the 1. The initial sign from the far referee was that it was a touchdown, but it appears that it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal from the 1 as this currently stands. As the offense is back on the field for General McLane, so Haller went for a run that did not gain any yards.
And the referee wants them to wind the clock, and they're not winding it. Still looking to get. I cannot believe he got up. That's great. It is. It was much better than it looked.
So this time into the end zone. The Lancers will have a touchdown this time as that one going in for the score. Still waiting to see the number here. As I believe that was Jackson Kaiser in for the score, and the 1-yard touchdown extends the lead to 41-20.
So even though you know, that's a double whammy that we'll probably not see Belos the rest of the game because of how long it took him to get up. No idea what happened to him. Thank goodness he did not need a stretcher, that he was down on the field for a while. But you lose that player on both sides of the ball, and now you're down again by 21. So it's just such a mentally double whammy for the Bison.
We'll take our final timeout here with 8:53 remaining. It's 42-20. General McLane leading Fort LeBoeuf. Back in a moment.
Cleaning your gutters again? Don't risk your life on a ladder every season. At Leyon Construction, our lifetime no-clog gutter systems keep your home safe and your feet on the ground. No leaks, no clogs, no worries, and backed by a lifetime guarantee. Get the royal treatment your home deserves. Call today or visit us at leyoncep.com and never clean your gutters again. Leyon Construction, the king of quality.
At the Empty Keg, we believe a good meal feels like home. Family owned and a proud part of Edinboro's history, our doors have always been open to neighbors, friends, and newcomers alike. Our homestyle menu brings people together with hearty daily specials made to be shared. From seasonal beers and monthly tap features to happy hour specials after work, there's always something to raise a glass to. Whether it's a family dinner, a night out with friends, or just a place to unwind, the Empty Keg is where everyone belongs. The Empty Keg, where Edinboro comes together.
Welcome back here to Linden Field as the kickoff goes through the end zone, and Fort LeBoeuf will start from its own 20.
First and 10 from their own 20-yard line.
But with a big passing play, another big night for Matt Caro, the Lancers quarterback.
Yeah, 317 yards, just another day at the office for Caro, and that puts him at over about 1,586 unofficially for the season, and we're only halfway through the 2025 season.
It has been quite a year for Caro, who stepped in for Isaac Zeitz, who had a memorable season with Jacob Zeitz, his twin brother, a year ago, and quite a march for these Lancers. So 8:53, the Bison starting from their own 20-yard line. As this one, a handoff that goes to the right side, cutting up and still working is Sadowski.
And that's a great job by that right side of the offensive line, creating Karsten Stoltz, the right tackle, one of the preseason players to watch, doing a great job on that right side of sealing off that block. And LeBoeuf not really showing the urgency right now, just looking to stick to their game plan.
So it'll be a 1st and 10 from the 34. As that time a pickup of 14. Man in motion as the handoff goes up the middle, still working, and Sadowski works out to the 43-yard line for a pickup of 9.
What a great run. Sadowski is bigger, he's stockier, but a great feat going right to left and dodging the lineman to make that run go from a 2-yard gain to a 9-yard run. And he's had a big night too, some big numbers tonight.
16 for 143. So for 2nd and 1 from the 43 of the Bison. Needing some quick scores here as Sadowski on the play action. Walters will roll to his left, avoid one tackler, but he is going to be brought down. Just too many Lancers. Holler coming up that time of the sack.
And I think that is the first official sack of the night. And Holler has just been a play wrecker out there tonight. Another great play. Good job, a good read by the McLane defense to disrupt it. It looked like a design rollout, and it wasn't there. So that just blew up the whole play, and there really wasn't much that Walters could do after that.
Yes, the first sack of the evening. Holler having quite a night coming up there on defense. He has 99 yards on 5 receptions, that big 80-yarder, and a couple of and a touchdown run to go with it as well. As Walters works out of the shotgun, rolls to his left in pursuit, Corwin and Holler, and he just gets to the sideline before taking what would have been a big hit.
Run out of bounds.
Yeah, and that takes a lot of discipline to not blow him up there, where you're a lineman and or a defensive back and you want to hit the quarterback. Not
first down yardage.
Most sane players are not out to hurt anybody, but you want to make a big hit, you want to make a big play, and it's just so tempting to. You're running all that way, and it's so tough to let up. But that's a smart heads-up play to not let your emotions or adrenaline get the better of you and try to get that last-second pop in, because obviously it's a penalty. They'll call it every time.
And that was 3 yards and enough for the first down to the 44. So the Bison still working on this drive with 6:37 to go.
Holler 2.5 sacks coming in. That's number 3.5 for him.
Sadowski gets to the right side, gets out to about the 46 for maybe a pickup of 2.
Squires.
That's a good defensive play. Logan Squires, 36 tackles on the season. One of the leading tacklers. Haven't said his name a whole lot tonight. They probably haven't thrown to him too often. He comes up from a safety position to make that play, and time is ticking away here. I don't know. LeBoeuf just might not be comfortable going faster, or 3 scores is too much.
Walters works out of the shotgun with 4 wide receivers, but hands it off to Sadowski, who gets across midfield, spinning his way down to the 48. So that'll be a pickup of 6, bring up a 3rd and about 2.
And another great job. Sadowski, such a great athlete. 642 yards. 6 touchdowns coming into tonight. He has scored twice more. He's going to push that number close to 800 yards on the season after tonight's over. So what a great job. What a great asset he is, putting up the numbers that he does.
5:30 and counting. A reminder, stick around for the Valerio's Restaurant and Pizzeria postgame show, where we'll hand out our player of the game. A couple of options to talk about as Walters goes up the middle, gets 4, needed just 2. That'll get down to the 44.
And 44-yard line.
That's once again Holler coming off his block to make that play. He has been involved in a ton of plays tonight, both sides of the ball. He's done a great job.
1st and 10 Bison.
Some scoring updates. Go Erie Times News score page. McDowell now trails 21-9 at DeWarren Harding. Cathedral Prep down 41-22 at home to St. Francis. Northeast in their magical season so far, continuing with a 21-7 lead at Titusville. 1st and 10 for LeBoeuf at the Lancer. 44-yard line, 4:44 to go. So for the numbers here right now in the fourth quarter. As this time, just a quarterback keeper around the right side. Walters goes for a pickup of about 11 or 12 there. Down to around, well, they get him to the 33, so a pickup of 11.
Defensively for the
yeah,
Lancers.
and McLane's, you know, they want to get a big defensive stop, but they're okay with this. The clock keeps rolling through. I mean, it does stop with him out of bounds in that play, but McLane's all right with that. They have a comfortable lead, and they're still not giving up the huge chunk plays.
Under center is Walters as the man in motion. But Walters will keep himself, again, trying to get around the end there. Gets pickup of about 3, but again, valuable time winding off the clock.
Haller defensively.
Haller, another tackle, coming from his linebacker position. He's had a great game.
To the 30-yard
I think one of the candidates for player of the game. He's had a big offensive game, too, with a couple of touchdowns.
It has been a lot of contributors, as it always is, for Marshall McCormick's crew. Caro, again, over 300 yards passing. You have McConnell, who's gone over 100 yards receiving. Haller's knocking on that door. He's also ran for a touchdown. And again, the defensive plays here. So a number of guys to debate about as Walters goes with a quick pass play over the middle.
Walters pass.
And it looks like
complete.
That one completes to
Wolfarth.
That time is, Wolfarth on the reception. His first of the night.
Quick slant to keep
to the Lancer 22-yard line.
Keep the sticks moving. LeBoeuf has piled up a ton of first downs tonight. They don't really care. It's about the score. But they've, statistic oddity, they've dominated time of possession and first downs. You got to wonder if they do onside kick if they score. I think they would.
Well, with only 2 timeouts and the clock not their friend, as Walters on the read option avoids one tackler, tries to spin down to about the 17-yard line. And we have another injured Bison.
Officials timeout for injury.
And well, the Bison will be tended to here as they're going to take.
I believe it was Sadowski.
Time
jumped up.
Yeah, we'll keep it. You know what? As they're going to go back onto the field. We'll keep it here for right now. With 3:03 remaining here, fourth quarter of play. Again, we want to thank our great sponsors that are able to bring you these games each and every week. Leyon's Construction, Nova Countertops, Plastex, Orthopedic Associates of Meadville, and the Meadville Medical Center doing a great job of allowing us to bring you one of the great games each and every week into your living room, your fan cave, and more as we continue along here on the Erie News Now game of the week. And plenty more great games to go, as that time just trying to find a lane was Brady Black, but he does not get much. 2:36 and counting.
Now it looks like Black may have tripped over Walters when he got the ball, lost his footing, and that play was
no gain on the
kind
play.
of a lost play there. So
down.
as we get close to the 2-minute time. So at least it looked like Sadowski was down. Looks like he was more upset than hurt. He's just kind of frustrated. He's a warrior. He's played a lot tonight, as he does every night.
As we continue along here, Walters will work out of the shotgun with 2 minutes to go on a 3rd and 5 from the 17. Walters finds a lane, tries to avoid the tacklers, but he's just going to get back to the original line of scrimmage. That'll bring up a 4th down, and the offense, of course, will have to stay on the field on a 4th and 5.
Good play by Cole Gillette.
1 yard.
Showing some emotion there, fired up with his defensive partners. A good pursuit for the center and nose tackle, this McLane. He's had an excellent night. Looks like their field goal unit is coming out, which is interesting.
So Kantz will get a shot to kick a field goal attempt as the clock continues to wind.
I'm surprised they wouldn't call timeout there, but I go on now, it doesn't matter.
And the snap does not go anywhere, as that'll be a turnover on down. So we'll take one final timeout here. As we continue along, we'll take our last timeout of the half, and we'll be back here in just a moment.
At Nova Cabinets, Countertops, and Floors, we specialize in cabinets, countertops, and floors that redefine luxury and durability. Imagine opening your cabinets to find organized bliss with every item in its place. Picture preparing meals on stunning granite or quartz countertops that are as resilient as they are beautiful. And let's not forget the floors. We have an extensive range of flooring options to complement any aesthetic. Visit our showroom or call us today. Nova Cabinets, Countertops, and Floors, your partner in creating the home of your dreams.
Friday nights in our community mean one thing: high school football. And just like your hometown team, McMillan's Towing is always ready when you need us most. From breakdowns and accidents to roadside emergencies, McMillan's Towing has you covered 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. McMillan's Towing, proud to support our student athletes and the entire community this season. McMillan's Towing, reliable, professional, always here when you need us. Call 814-897-8989.
Craving authentic Italian flavors? Step into Valerio's Italian Restaurant and Pizzeria. Our food is made with the freshest ingredients where every bite is an escape to Italy. From fresh and delicious pizzas to calzones, wings, soups, and many other appetizers. Not only can you get our delicious food in our 3 locations, we also offer catering services. From business luncheons to weddings, we have your catering needs covered. So bring the whole family or make it a date night. It'll be an experience you won't forget.
Valerio's, fresh from Italy to you.
Craving something fresh, delicious, and locally sourced? At Give a Crepe La Creperie, we serve up savory and sweet crepes made with the best ingredients and crafted with care. And yes, we've got 100% gluten-free and vegan options too. Join us at our location in the heart of Little Italy. Whether you're in the mood for a quick bite or a leisurely meal, we've got you covered with cozy indoor seating, al fresco dining, and easy carry-out options. Come experience flavors that are fresh, vibrant, and made with care. It's easy to give a crepe about Erie.
The Postgame Show and Player of the Game are brought to you by Valerio's Italian Restaurant. Fresh from Italy to you.
We welcome you back here to Linden Field as General McLane, after that botched field goal attempt, just took a couple of knees, and we have concluded here with the final score tonight, 42-20, and that kicks off our Valerio's Restaurant and Pizzeria post-game show here from Linden Field. So a lot to dissect from this one, Jamie, but as advertised, General McLane with a number of options here tonight and delivered so.
Stats look a lot like last week. This game a little bit more competitive in their game with Corey, but Caro throws another 300 yards. They get multiple contributions. They've done that all season. A balanced attack. They were only stopped once on offense the entire night. No turnovers. A little bit more penalties than they'd wanted, and really, actually, this game kind of went the way that I think a lot of people expected it, with McLane being able to use their strengths, and another great passing game by Caro.
Yeah, let's take a look and recap the scoring, shall we, from this one here tonight. Again, it opened up on a 21-yard touchdown run from Cohen Beachley, a 7-0 score. After a Fort LeBoeuf punt, that's when it was the General McLane offense getting the ball back, a couple of Kyle McConnell passes, and it would end with a 1-yard touchdown run from Caden Holler, a 14-0 lead. The Bison would finally get on the board with a 1-yard touchdown run from Skylar Sadowski to make it a 14-7 game. However, an answer just a short while later, 37 yards, Matt Caro to Kyle McConnell, 21-7, and that was our score at the half. After a stop on defense, Fort LeBoeuf needed just one play, 55 yards. Skylar Sadowski on the run, 21-13, so it was an 8-point game. But from there, General McLane would go back to the air. The same duo, Caro to McConnell, on a 28-yard touchdown pass, 28-13. And then after forcing the Bison stop, 13-yard touchdown pass, it was Caro to Holler, 35-13. And then the Bison would get a chance to get back into this one as a 68-yard touchdown pass, Dominic Walters to Mikey Vamaro for a 35-20 score on the missed extra point, but a couple of more one more touchdown rather, after that big 80-yard fortuitous bounce that went into the hands of Caden Holler. It was Jackson Kaiser on the final touchdown of the night, a 1-yard touchdown run. Let's take a look as the marching band goes onto the field. Some homecoming festivities will continue. Fort LeBoeuf tonight, 151 yards on 18 carries for Skylar Sadowski. Not too much in terms of the passing game, as just a couple of completions tonight finishing 8 of 12 was Dominic Walters. And then you look at the other side, as you mentioned, Caro goes over 300 yards. McConnell, 118 yards receiving, 99 for Haller. And then on the ground, 53 yards rushing for Cohen Beachley. Nick Swenson had 57 yards, so a well-rounded effort and a couple of defensive plays here. We will continue on the Valerio's Restaurant and Pizzeria postgame show in just a moment as we hand out our player of the game.
At Orthopedic Associates of Meadville, our growing team of surgeons utilize cutting-edge, patient-centered procedures and treatments to get you active and healthy again. From high-quality personalized care to state-of-the-art injury treatment and prevention, the choice has been clear for over 50 years. The largest, most skillful team of orthopedic specialists in Crawford County, delivering orthopedic care that you and your family depend on, right here, close to home.
Craving authentic Italian flavors? Step into Valerio's Italian Restaurant and Pizzeria. Our food is made with the freshest ingredients where every bite is an escape to Italy. From fresh and delicious pizzas to calzones, wings, soups, and many other appetizers. Not only can you get our delicious food in our 3 locations, we also offer catering services. From business luncheons to weddings, we have your catering needs covered. So bring the whole family or make it a date night. It'll be an experience you won't forget.
Valerio's, fresh from Italy to you.
Meet Bobby. Bobby banks at Marquette, but he's never stepped foot in the bank. Bobby opened his account online. He does everything online. Scanning a receipt? He does it while fighting an alien invasion. Tracking his budget? He does it storming the castle. Checking rewards points? He does it slaying dragons. He can do it all online. That's Bobby, and that's why he's with Marquette. Be like Bobby. Be empowered at Marquette Savings Bank.
If you want REMS, we got them. At Erie Floors, Sheldon's Building Warehouse, we got REMS on the wall, REMS on the floor, REMS in the hall. We're Erie's REMS source. REMS standing up, REMS lying down, REMS getting bound, REMS all around. With Erie's largest carpet REM stock at 1760 West 26th Street, Erie Floors, our world is under your feet.
At the Empty Keg, we believe a good meal feels like home. Family owned and a proud part of Edinboro's history, our doors have always been open to neighbors, friends, and newcomers alike. Our homestyle menu brings people together with hearty daily specials made to be shared. From seasonal beers and monthly tap features to happy hour specials after work, there's always something to raise a glass to. Whether it's a family dinner, a night out with friends, or just a place to unwind, the Empty Keg is where everyone belongs. The Empty Keg, where Edinboro comes together.
Erie News Now and Valerio's Italian Restaurant Player of the Game.
As we welcome you back to Linden Field and General McLane High School, it is that time of the post-game show to hand out our player of the game. And while undoubtedly an impressive performance once again from Matt Caro, a guy that did it on both sides of the ball tonight, Jamie, going to get our player of the game.
Yeah, Caden Haller, he did a great job offensively, 99 yards and a touchdown, and then that 80-yard pass play. But just as impressive was his work on the right side of the defensive line. He single-handedly blew up at least 3 or 4 plays where LeBoeuf could not do what they wanted to do with the play and had to shut the play down because of his dominance on that side. So both sides of the ball, loved the way he played tonight. He's a large force on this McLane line and being athletic enough to be a force offensively. So he's a well-deserved player of the game.
So Caden Haller will get this nice shiny t-shirt here as our player of the game performance. Meanwhile, General McLane now a 5-game win streak, sits at 5-1. They'll head to a matchup with Warren next week. Meanwhile, Fort LeBoeuf falls to the 500 mark at 3-3. They will have a matchup at Fairview next week. But let's set the stage as it's going to be a big one a week from now. We talked about the rivalry here. Cathedral Prep and McDowell extended pregame show as part of our Halman Chevrolet drive to kickoff should be an absolute atmosphere at that game next week.
Whatever sport it is, I know there's people with opinions about McDowell Prep, but it's just being in this community for as long as I have, it is pure sport where it's just fantastic. I mean, it doesn't get better than basketball or football. And it's also exciting because every year when they play, it's really tough to know exactly how the game's going to go because they don't have a lot of common opponents. So It's always very exciting to know what to expect. Some elite athletes in the area, great programs, great coaches. Really looking forward to it. Packed house. It doesn't get better.
It should be a fun one. From Gus Anderson Field, our stop next week. Thanks so much for joining us here on the Valerio's Restaurant and Pizzeria post-game show and joining us all night long on the Erie News Now Game of the Week. For Jamie Murphy, our entire crew, I'm John Leidig saying so long and enjoy your weekend. Again, the final here tonight, 42 General McLane, Fort LeBoeuf 20.
Friday nights in our community mean one thing: high school football. And just like your hometown team, McMillan's Towing is always ready when you need us most. From breakdowns and accidents to roadside emergencies, McMillan's Towing has you covered 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. McMillan's Towing, proud to support our student athletes and the entire community this season. McMillan's Towing, reliable, professional, always here when you need us. Call 814-897-8989.
Thinking of selling but feeling stressed and just don't know where to begin? As Erie's senior care expert, I can make selling your home a little less stressful by personally assisting you from beginning to end. I will be there personally every step of the way. Beat your competition and list now while the housing inventory is low and the seller's market is still hot. Call D. Caruana and Associates today and put my one-of-a-kind multimedia marketing plan to work for you. Your home could be the next one on our sold list.
What if where you banked made a difference? What if that bank were the only one headquartered right here, and every dollar stayed here to empower businesses to create jobs, empower families to prosper, empower our communities to be better places? Because after all, we're in this together, and where you bank does matter. Be empowered at Marquette Savings Bank.
Plastech is a global manufacturing company rooted right here in Erie, Pennsylvania, producing parts that keep the world moving forward by people from right here in our community. A sustainable, innovative, and driven family business, all of our facilities are well equipped with a variety of technology, machinery, knowledge, skill, and talent to design, build, manufacture. Plastech is proud to call this place home.